It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Join us all winter long as we feature live San Juan and Monticello basketball. Now, without further delay, we send you courtside for tonight's action. Welcome to High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and indeed it is Red Sifford welcoming you live to San Juan High School. We've got ourselves a couple of fun games coming up this afternoon as we close out this weekend with another Region 18 doubleheader. It'll be the San Juan girls and boys hosting the Beavers today. I always thought that maybe they could have come up with a more creative mascot, but I don't know. I guess Beaver is pretty natural, but we got a big rivalry between the boys' teams, of course, between those athletes, and it's starting to spring up a little bit with the girls as well. Obviously going to be a tough matchup for the San Juan girls this afternoon as they come up against the number 2 team in the state of Utah. San Juan ranked 8th coming in. Actually, the standings have not been updated, so I'm not 100% sure the official rankings as the San Juan JV girls conclude a win here. 49-35 is the final as you hear the buzzer sound. So we're going to have about 15 minutes of warm-up. Then I think we'll have a national anthem call of the starters and we'll get underway. But we do want to preview this a little bit. And we'll start off with Beaver. And, of course, the Lady Beavers have been nigh unto unstoppable this season, 18-2 as they come in tonight this afternoon, and they beat Grand County last night 60-23, so handled the Lady Red Devils pretty easily. And when we go back over it for Beaver, the only losses to a bigger high school in Cedar and then to the number 1 team in the state, Kanab. So this is obviously a tough team for San Juan, and if you look back on January 10th, that trip where San Juan was in Enterprise and then Beaver, the Lady Broncos suffering against the press in that game. I know Beaver employed use of the press all game long, and San Juan suffered a 62-37 loss in that game. And so that was the first matchup of the year. But as we saw last night against Enterprise, anything goes. And this is a team that is starting to believe that they can play with any team. And we saw that last night. They had one of their best games last night. And so we look to see if they can bounce back from that devastating overtime loss and put together a great game against this Beaver team today. Obviously coming in as underdogs, so really nothing to lose here today, and we should see a good game. We'll see if the girls can come out and get on fire like they did and play well against this tough Beaver team like they did Enterprise last night. When we look at this Beaver squad, and it's Ruby Lurth leading the way. She's averaging over 15.5 points a game. Danzy Bradshaw has almost 11 PPG. Brittany Crum at over 10.5 per game. So 3 girls who are in double-digit average for this squad. Britley Bastion has an average of over 7.5 per game, and it falls off pretty good from there. Aspen Evans is averaging almost 2.5 a game, but really the top 3 girls, San Juan's going to have to do a good job shutting them down, and also they got out-rebounded in that first match against Beaver, and so we'll see if the Lady Broncos can do a better job on the boards here today against Beaver. San Juan comes in 10-9 now after the tough loss last night in OT, and looking to make some hay here today. This is a key game. If the Lady Broncos can get a win, it's possible that they could move up in the standings. They kind of want to avoid the 8th place seed. That might go through Kanab, and so we'll see what they can do here this afternoon. Obviously a tough matchup, and then after tonight, only one final game will remain against Grand County next week. So it's going to be a fun one this afternoon. We'll start it off with the girls in just a little bit. And as we continue the pregame here, though, we did just have a conversation with head coach Laura Stearns of San Juan High School, and here's what she has to say as her team gets set to go here this afternoon against the number 2 team in the land.
Coach, thanks for chatting with me. Devastating loss last night, of course. It's my personal opinion. You got a little bit hosed. We've talked about that. But after that one last night, the thing is you guys played such a great game last night. Is that something you feel like the girls can move past and just know that if they play like that, they're going to have success from now on?
Yes, totally. It's kind of something we were focusing on the day prior. You get these games against Carbon and who else? I mean, we've had some big blowouts this year against some the medium range teams. But yet when we play the better, the 2, 3, 4, it's a blowout for us. We get docked 40. I mean, we're behind 40. We're behind 20. We just kind of went over how they should be able to compete because these teams are beating those teams by 22. But so why can't we compete with them? And just like the team working together as a team, we were trying to focus on because on paper these teams are totally beatable. Enterprise was totally a beatable team. Beaver is a totally beatable team. On paper, when you look at the stats and you look at who's rebounding, how they have 3 dominant players and the other 2 are kind of, do they try to, what do you call that, play around type of situation. Yeah. Whereas I feel like we have 8 good players that I can bring off the bench and contribute to the game, whether it's defense, offensively, but they will contribute something. So they don't need to disappear during the game itself. So on paper, we should be able to compete with these teams too, and that's kind of what they proved last night. I feel like against Enterprise, like that, I feel like we got hosed too. But a game's a game. I told the girls, you got to look past it, and so I feel like tonight's game is even bigger for them because they want this even more because they know now that they can compete with these better teams if they all contribute and do their part, and that's kind of what they've got to box out, and they've got to, like the first time we played Enterprise, they had 50, I think it was like 57 rebounds, and we had 18. Yeah. And I was like, girls, if you want to win it, you have to do what you're supposed to do on the court. Let's play defense. And they did that last night. Like they did great against 23 and 24. They did exactly what they needed to do. And so I'm hoping they can take what they learned last night and implement it now against Beaver, who's also down their point guard. And just go at them like they did with Enterprise.
Do you feel like the girls have moved on? I mean, that type of deal can affect you. Do you feel like they're still affected, or do you feel like they've moved on?
No, I think we're good. I think they just want this game even more because we do not want to go in the tournament as number 8. Okay. That's kind of, we're hoping if we can get one of these teams, we can pop up to 7 and switch with Millard. So then we don't have to face Kanab at the first game in the state tournament.
Well, you mentioned the tournament, and that's the thing. Last night ultimately doesn't matter. I mean, it's behind you. You know, it's a new game every time, so you just got to come out with your best effort every time, and you guys can move up the ladder.
Yep, and that's what we're hoping tonight. If we can get Beaver as number 2, then hopefully we can swap with Millard and then face Enterprise or Beaver again in the state tournament.
What have you got? What's your plan? What's your outlook for this game? How do you approach it?
The girls each have a specific assignment that they're supposed to be focusing on, and mainly because last time we played Beaver, it was the press that beat us for some reason. Okay. The girls could not crack the press, so we focused on that a lot this week. But a press is just confidence, and it's just ability to see the court and calm yourself down, not panic, that kind of a situation. And these girls are capable of it. But last night, Enterprise tried to do the same thing, and the girls were able to break it. I think hopefully that'll give them some more confidence going in tonight because I'm assuming Beaver will pull it out again.
Well, that's awesome. A loss like that you can actually get better from, yes, and so that'll be fun to see. This should be a fun one. It's fun. You know, these hard and close games are fun. They're more fun for me to call, maybe more stressful for you to coach.
Oh, gosh. Last night I was like, holy crap, I stood up way too fast a few times. I was like, I'm going to faint. I got to sit down. They're super fun, though.
I'd have to say that on the radio if you wiped out on the court. That'd be entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Coach, good luck. Have fun out there tonight.
Thank you.
And we appreciate Coach Stearns for chatting with us. She's fun to talk to. And obviously a tough loss last night, but as a team, you got to move past it. Championship teams all suffer losses at some point. Nobody plays an entirely undefeated season, so you got to bounce back. You got to learn from what you learned on the previous night and ultimately put it behind you. So we'll see if the San Juan girls can do that here today. They're out warming up right now. We got a few minutes left in the warm-up period. It'll be the San Juan girls and boys hosting the Beavers here this afternoon. And for the girls' side, it's the number 2 team in the state. And so the San Juan girls have their hands full. We'll take a break and we'll return here in just a few moments. We've got the national anthem and the call of the starters coming up. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas Jacobson today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
Mom?
Dad, sometimes I'm gonna be a little impulsive.
I mean, I'm a teenager.
Not to freak you out or anything, but the leading cause of death in Utah for teens
It's suicide.
So help us out here.
Because
We may be impulsive,
But we want to live. Almost all the time.
but in case there are times when we forget that.
keep your guns and ammo locked up safely.
Because doing this little thing can make a big difference.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telecom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelcom.com for details today.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding. My apologies on the long commercial break there. Was computing some scores from last night. We might take a look at that in a minute, but what this game means for the San Juan Lady Broncos today. Right now they sit in the 8th spot. My guess is that even if they end up getting swept by both of these good teams this weekend, that they won't drop just based on the solid records for the teams they're up against. They'd love to get an upset win here against Beaver. They played a great game last night looking for the upset against Enterprise. My thought is that they probably had earned that and should have won it in regulation, but that's how it goes. And sometimes the calls don't go your way. It does look like right now, if the playoffs were to start today, the Lady Broncos would have a bye, and then they would probably end up facing American Heritage in the second round here at home. That would be the playoff between number 9 and number 24, Roland Hall. And it's likely that American Heritage would win, and then it's also very likely that in the third round, you would have to take on the number 1 Kanab Lady Cowboys. So that's the way it stacks up right now. That's why they'd love to move into the number 7 spot if they can. We've got the call of the starters already here, and we will, of course, start it off with the Beaver Lady Beavers. It'll be number 11, senior forward Britley Bastian. Number 12, junior Braylee Carter. And I got to tell you here in just a second, number 23, senior guard Brittany Crum. Number 24, 5'3", junior guard Briley Sorensen. And finally, number 25, sophomore Ruby Lurth. And I'm not 100% sure. I did trust the Deseret News stats for Beaver, but I am going to tell you I think they're totally wrong. I could be wrong, but I know the Deseret News has had a tough go of late getting stats correct, so I'm not 100% sure based on the starters if that's correct. But here we go for San Juan. It'll be number 5, 5'2", junior guard Sindel Atcity. Number 10, 5'4", freshman guard Brooklyn Lehman. Number 21, 5'8", senior guard Maddie Adams. Number 31, 5'7", senior forward Cadence Mitchell. And finally for the Lady Broncos, number 42, 5'11", junior forward and center Kamaya Fullwood. And San Juan wearing home white today, Beaver wearing road black. San Juan is coached by Laura Stearns, and Beaver coached by John Marshall. And we get set to go here this afternoon. It'll be Adams against Ruby Lurth on the opening tip. And the ball in the air, and the tip is won by Beaver. So the Lady Beavers will control to get us underway. And it is Brittany Crum out at the top of the key. And now she'll go around left wing, gets a return pass. She'll drive it into the corner. Now try to bounce it in the middle. It's nearly stolen by San Juan. We're going to get a foul against Beaver, Britley Bastian. So good work by the San Juan D to get that ball loose, to nearly steal it and force the first foul of the afternoon. And now you do have the full court press from Beaver. So we'll see if the Lady Broncos can establish the confidence they need, and they do as they get a runner out ahead. And Maddie Adams takes a nice pass from Fullwood, and that's what you got to do. You got to move your feet, you got to get open, and you got to make a good pass to break this press. And so San Juan does a good job to start. They already look more confident here this afternoon than they did against the first matchup between these two teams. And we're going to get another foul. This is going to be back-to-back fouls on Britley Bastian here. And I already see a player coming up off the bench, Aspen Evans, for Beaver, getting ready to come in. So Coach Marshall may be having to go to the bench real early here after a couple fouls from his senior starter. And Kamaya Fullwood gets a nice roll on the first of her 2 foul shots. And the Lady Broncos send the first volley of the afternoon as they lead 1-0. And Fullwood from the line. Second shot forthcoming. And that time right through. So San Juan opens a 2-0 lead. And Brittany Crum will run it across for the Lady Beavers. She'll hand off to Briley Sorensen. Now a 3 on the way from straight away. No good from that girl who just came off the bench, Aspen Evans. But they got their own rebound, and another try, no good. So a couple of misses, and now a defensive rebound for San Juan, and the Lady Broncos bring it back into the offensive end. Trying to increase this lead. Nice little deke by Kamaya Fullwood, but she traveled. That'll turn it over to Beaver, and that's San Juan's first turnover of the game. And let's see, I think the Lady Broncos did get a steal earlier. Here's a 3 on the way, no good from Ruby Lurth, and San Juan was fortunate that rebound bounced out so far that Kamaya Fullwood was able to get the rebound. And San Juan will work it in. Here's Cadence Mitchell driving the bucket, but the shot too flat off the side of the rim and the glass, rebounded by Beaver, and the Lady Beavers run it in. Here's Briley Sorensen on the right wing. She'll give to a wide open Braylee Carter, who drains the 3, and Beaver has their first lead of the game, 3-2. And now Beaver steals the ball after San Juan lackadaisical on the inbound, but the Lady Broncos steal it right back. So turnovers on both teams here. That was a bit weird, and San Juan now has it in the offensive end. Here's a 19-footer for Kamaya Fullwood, and she hits it, 4-3 San Juan. All she's got to do is back up about 4 inches right there, and she's got a 3. Briley Sorensen swings it around the perimeter, and now Aspen Evans has it on the far side. She's working on Maddie Adams, but will need some help. Hands off. Now we're going to get a 3-second lane violation on Ruby Lurth, who caught a pass in the paint there, and that'll turn it back over to San Juan. 3 turnovers on the Lady Beavers now. And the Lady Broncos going to have to try to get somebody open and get this in, and they do. Maddie Adams working against this press. She's going to pull up at the midcourt line and let everybody fly by. Now she'll bring it in. So San Juan right now doing a good job attacking this press. There's Kamaya Fullwood with that patented spin into the middle. She scooped it up with the left hand, but it won't go. Rebounded by Beaver, and the Lady Beavers will walk it back across. Brittany Crum hands off to Aspen Evans. Now down low on the right side to Lurth. We're going to get our first San Juan foul of the game, it looks like. And it'll go against Sindel at City, as Beaver was trying to drive to the bucket there. And it looks like it was a shooting foul. So Ruby Lurth will go to the line and shoot a couple here. San Juan leads 4-3, but never mind about that. We're all tied at 4 as Lurth hits the first of her 2 foul shots. 5:15 to go in the opening quarter, and Beaver trying to retake the lead here. These two teams have been going back and forth here in the early stages, and the sophomore hits both foul shots. It is 5-4 for Beaver, and we'll see if Beaver presses all game long. Lady Broncos right now doing a great job as they get it across to Maddie Adams. On the left wing, she'll give to Fullwood. She will dribble to the top of the key, hand back off to Adams. Adams moved to the right, drive through the D. She took a couple steps over there. Her pass was blocked, but it does find its way still to Lehman. Lehman in the corner picked up the dribble, so she's in trouble. She has to have help, and she finds that City out near the midcourt paint. And now to Fullwood. Fullwood drives to the bucket, lays it up and in as Ruby Lurth goes down to the floor. Fullwood has all 6 of San Juan's points, and the Lady Broncos lead 6-5. You can see how important the junior is to this team. Now here's Lurth, speaking up, driving in on Fullwood, and her shot too hard off the glass because Fullwood got a bit of a hand on it. And now we get a whistle as Beaver tried to drive the bucket here. And this will be the first foul on Fullwood. So on the floor, it was an offensive rebound by Beaver that created that second chance, and then the foul on Fullwood. 2 fouls for each team here in the early stages. And Beaver will inbound in the offensive end with a fresh shot clock. Braylee Carter will take the 3, no good, rebounded by San Juan. And the Lady Broncos can run it up. It's Brooklyn Lehman with the basketball. Comes near side to Sindel at City. She's dribbling through the midcourt paint and kept at bay by Sorensen, and now she forces at City to lose it out of bounds on the far side on the dribble. So that will be Enterprise basketball on the San Juan turnover. And the Lady Beavers will work it in with a chance to regain the lead here. And over on the far side, it's Evans. Bounce it into the middle to Lurth. Man, she's physical, using that body. She doesn't have a lot of width. She's tall, though, and she likes to bang around down there. Right now, they're letting them play. This will be a jump ball. I don't really think a shot was released, and Lurth must have gotten hit in the eye right there in all that action. Man, it's tough in the paint right now as Beaver continues to press. So at City looking for a player to get it into, and they do, as she finds Brooklyn Lehman to get it in. Now Lehman will drive through a screen, or a pick, excuse me. Couldn't get deep into the Beaver defense, but now here's Stearns with it. Finds Kamaya Fullwood. She drives the bucket, but her shot is rejected out of bounds by Lurth. I tell you what, Lurth and Fullwood are going to go at it all afternoon. I can see that's going to be a tough battle. So it's a dead ball rebound for San Juan, and this time they find Fullwood. She drives the bucket, got open, scoop it up with the left hand, off the glass and in. And San Juan's lead is 3, 8-5. This is their largest lead of the afternoon. Here's Beaver now. Brittany Crum driving baseline from the left side. Missed the floater, rebounded by San Juan. And the Lady Broncos can increase the lead. The press for Beaver a little bit out of position here. And at City brings it across for San Juan. Goes right side to Lehman. She'll hand off to Kamaya Fullwood, who hands it back to Adams at the top of the key. She drives right, kicks into the corner. Lehman misses the three. They bat the rebound around, and finally it comes to Beaver, but it's going to be a walk on the Lady Beavers, and that will give it back to San Juan. So the fourth turnover here in this first quarter against Beaver. 2:42 to go in the first quarter. San Juan up 8-5. And the Lady Broncos will have the ball in the offensive end with a new shot clock. At City tries to get it in, but her pass is intercepted. So that's a steal for Enterprise, and spinning her way into the D is Crum. She finds a player open to the left side, but missing the layup try is Braylee Carter. It's rebounded by San Juan, and the Lady Broncos can walk it across now as Beaver comes off the press a little bit. So there you go. San Juan with some success here in this first quarter against the Beaver press, and now they're not using it. And we're going to get a lane violation on San Juan here, so that will, oh no, it's going to be an offensive foul off the ball, it looks like, on Lehman, and then a timeout called by Coach Marshall of Beaver. And so with 2:16 to go in the opening quarter, it's San Juan 8 and Beaver 5 here in the first game of this Region 18 doubleheader. San Juan girls and boys hosting Beaver this afternoon in the penultimate games of their regular season. Only one game left next week. Both teams will play Grand on different days. And in fact, it'll be the girls playing playing Grand on Thursday. I believe it's different days. If it's the same day, we're obviously going to broadcast both games, but I feel like when I looked at the schedule earlier, it's different days. Yeah, it's Thursday and Friday next week. So we'll be broadcasting the boys, but we won't be making the trip for the girls. They're both going to be playing in Moab, I believe. And that's how the regular season will conclude. Man, it's tough having papers all over the place. Yeah, they are both playing in Moab. And so out of this timeout, Beaver basketball. 2:10 now to go in the opening quarter, and they'll walk it across. It's Crum driving to the left, and she'll hand off to Lurth. Lurth tries to spin her way in, but San Juan steals it away, and the Lady Broncos can run it back up. They let Maddie Adams run all the way through, but she missed the uncontested layup. That's a missed opportunity for San Juan right there, and the loose ball pulled down by Beaver, and running through the D is Crum. She pulls up from 8 feet and misses the jumper. So that's a break for San Juan, and now the Lady Broncos can get it back across. Here's At City going to the right side. And Maddie Adams has it. Now hands off to Lehman at the top of the key. She'll back up into the midcourt circle. Survey the scene. Gives to At City left wing. Now to Stearns just to the left of the key. She'll hand back to Adams, top of the key. And now Fullwood spins into traffic in the lane. She scoops it up. It won't go on the shot, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line. And that will be on Brittany Crum, her first. Beavers third, both teams with 3 fouls now in this first quarter. We've got 84 seconds to go in the frame. San Juan up 8-5. Kamaya Fullwood's going to try to have something to say about that right now as she'll try to add. And she does hit the first of the 2 shots. So make it 9-5. Kamaya Fullwood has scored all 9 of San Juan's points so far today. Make it 10 as she hits both. She's 4 of 4 from the free throw line. She's having a great start. But the Lady Broncos would love to get some of their other girls in action here. As Cadence Mitchell must have got hammered in the nose. She's coming back in with the toilet paper stuck in as, wow, Ruby Lurth came crashing through the San Juan D on a rebound play. I think she got called for a travel after she missed, got her own rebound, but then wiped out as she crashed into a couple players. And so that'll be the 6th turnover of the quarter on Beaver. And San Juan right now giving the Lady Beavers all they can handle. As Lehman brings it across the line and hands off to At City. Now over on the right side for Stearns. She'll send it back out to the top of the key. And Brooklyn Lehman drains the 3. San Juan is up by 8, 13-5. Great shot by Lehman, and now Beaver will try to answer as it's Taylin Marshall who's fresh into the game, and her pass down on the baseline intended for Brittany Crum is out of Crum's reach and out of bounds as Beaver commits their 7th turnover. And now the press has returned for Beaver. So Cadence Mitchell needs some help getting this ball in, and she finds Stearns to get it in too. And Stearns will run the floor, and now stepping in front of her and getting knocked over is Lurth, and they're going to call a charge on Stearns. So Ella Stearns commits her first foul, and that's the 4th against San Juan. 34 seconds to go in the first quarter, so I don't know how likely it is that anybody will go into the bonus here. Seems pretty unlikely. I guess unless San Juan fouls on the floor right now. There's a good job by Lehman to get around the pick set up by Lurth. Lurth will put up the 3, and it falls. So Lurth answers Lehman's 3, and it's 13-8, back to a 5-point game, and now San Juan commits an unforced error as they throw the ball away over on the far sideline. So a tough break for the Lady Broncos, and Enterprise will get it back. 5 turnovers on San Juan now in the game. Final 9 seconds of this first quarter. Lady Broncos are leading number 2 Beaver 13-8. Here's a runner, no good by Beaver, and time will expire as San Juan pulled down the loose ball. That was Lexi Hafen on the miss. San Juan did get the rebound, and then the quarter ended. So 8 minutes in the books. Hometown San Juan Lady Broncos leading the visiting Beaver Lady Beavers 13-8. We'll take a break and return for the second quarter. Stay with us. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It's a Region 18 doubleheader today with the San Juan girls and boys hosting Beaver. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Brett Sifford welcoming you back in this afternoon for what has so far been an entertaining start to this game. And the San Juan Lady Broncos leading it by 5 as we start the second quarter. Enterprise basketball, they've got it set up here in the offensive end. And it's Brittany Crum driving to the right wing. She'll kick back to the top of the key. Ruby Lurth tried to drive through traffic. She's bumped into by Kamaya Fullwood, and they're going to call Fullwood for her second foul, and that's the first foul here in the second quarter. So unfortunately, Fullwood fouled out last night for San Juan. It was somewhat late in the game as they inbound to Lurth, and she's able to bang that in off the glass. And so a 3-point game as Beaver draws first blood here in the second quarter. But yeah, right now that ball is off Beaver out of bounds, so San Juan will keep it in the offensive end with 26 on the shot clock. They were trying to get Fullwood open down under the basket. She almost had it, but it was knocked out by Lurth. Now San Juan will inbound. Here's Cadence Mitchell handing off to Ella Stearns. They leave her alone. That's usually a mistake. She does miss the three here, but it was online. And now the ball out of bounds, and I didn't see. I think Lurth fell over, and Kamaya Fullwood was basically walking on her, and that ball goes out of bounds. So Stearns missed the three, dead ball rebound for Beaver. And the Lady Beavers have it in the offensive end. Here's Ruby Lurth going around the back with the dribble, spin into the lane, and she's contacted during the shot, and they're going to call Kamaya Fullwood for her third foul. So that's a tough break because Fullwood has 10 of San Juan's 13 points here. And Coach Stearns is going to get teed up here, talking too much to the referee here. So a technical foul on Coach Stearns. And so that will put Lurth to the line here to shoot two. Coach Stearns not happy with the officiating. I think it might stem back from last night on into today. I mean, there's not much you can do if the shooter comes into you while you're standing there with your arms up. And Coach Stearns now talking to the other official. Really not going to make any headway with these guys, that's for sure. As Lurth misses both foul shots. So that's a break for San Juan, but Enterprise will now have the ball. And unfortunately, Kamaya Fullwood, the 5'11 junior, has 3 fouls for San Juan, and she's obviously been their main player today with 10 of their 13 points. Now we're going to get foul shots, that's right, from Brittany Crum. So she's shooting her foul shots off the foul from Fullwood, and she makes the first. So she's got 1 point now. Second shot is good as well, so we've got a 1-point game here. 13-12 is the lead for San Juan. 7:16 to go in this first half. 3 fouls on San Juan here in the second quarter, none against Beaver. And we'll look at the tally at halftime, but I know it was a deal last night too where, I don't know, I'm not sure if sometimes the local refs maybe think they need to not show a hometown bias, but I do think it was poorly officiated in the last minute last night, and I'm not sure. Some of it today, we'll see. To me, as long as a ref doesn't inject himself too much into a game, that's good for me, but sometimes there's too much. Lurth misses right here for Beaver. San Juan with a defensive rebound, and now we get a call on Beaver here, and that's going to be on Ruby Lurth, her first, as off the bench filling in for Fullwood now. Ebony Sampson, a good job going to the hole, and she draws the shooting foul. So we'll see if Sampson can get a couple to fall here from the line. She struggled a bit last night, but we'll see if she can break through here. And the first one rolls off. So it'll remain a 13-12 lead for San Juan. Lady Broncos are looking to get some other girls going today. Right now, most of the offense pretty one-sided, only from Kamaya Fullwood, and Ebony Sampson, unfortunately, for San Juan, misses both foul shots here. Rebound bounces out of bounds on the far side, so that'll be a dead ball rebound in favor of Beaver. And the Lady Beavers will inbound here as Brittany Crum will take it, and free pass to walk it across the line. And they will set it up in the offensive end. No, she'll just pull up and drain the three. And Beaver gets their first lead of the game. I'm sorry, no, they did go back and forth with the lead very early on, but it's been a while since Beaver led. They're back up now, 15-13 the score. Here is DeVay Mitchell for San Juan. Working it to Cadence Mitchell, and she puts up the shot, no good. And Beaver wrestles the rebound away from San Juan down here in the corner. Now they send it ahead to Lurth, and she hits the 19-footer. So the shooting's starting to heat up for the number 2 team in the state. Beaver has increased the lead to 4 now, 17-13. Ella Stearns on the left wing. They obviously expected her to shoot the three. She doesn't. She misses, though, as she pulls up for the 6-footer, and we're going to get a foul on DeVay Mitchell on the rebound. So a defensive rebound for Beaver there, and now they'll have the ball out of bounds after the San Juan foul. We've got nearly 6 minutes to go in this second quarter, and San Juan already has been whistled for 4 fouls here in this frame. And here's a shot up from, well, they just let Lurth come right through there and body everybody away. That shot was off the mark from Brittany Crum from 3. The rebound out of bounds off San Juan. So a dead ball rebound for Beaver, and they're out rebounding San Juan now 12-9. I think it was 50-something to 18 in Beaver, so it's a little better than it was, but there's a couple more points for the Lady Beavers as Braylee Carter puts one up and in from the left side, and now a 6-point lead for Beaver, 19-13. And you see that the Lady Broncos struggle a little bit without their big girl in there, Kamaya Fullwood. Here is DeVay Mitchell in the corner, dribbling with the basketball. She'll send it up top. That's going to be tipped away and stolen by Beaver. Running the floor, but having it knocked away from her was Braylee Carter. Good job by Ella Stearns to get back on D and break that up. It does go out of bounds off Stearns, so Enterprise will reset from the offensive baseline. 33 on the shot clock. I don't think there should be that much on the shot clock, but that's how it is. There was an up and down right there, uncalled, as Brittany Crum went into the air and came back down with the ball. She does a run to the bucket and missed the shot. Here's another try, no good for 3 from Sorensen, rebounded by San Juan. And so the Lady Broncos don't suffer any more damage. They bring it back into the offense again, but desperately looking for points now. Down 19-13. Here's a nice run by DeVay Mitchell, but she couldn't get the runner to go. Rebounded by Beaver. And now Ella Stearns is clobbered and goes down, and they will give her the bonus of the charge, and Lurth doesn't know what she can do about that. There was a lot of movement down there. Sometimes I don't know what constitutes an offensive charge or a block, but they will call it this time on the Beaver sophomore, her second, and the second against Beaver here in the second quarter. So 2s are wild. Almost all these starters for Beaver have a 2 somewhere in their number. You've got number 12 and then 23, 24, and 25. And 22 is out there right now as well. And Aspen Evans off the bench. There's a shot from the right side for Brooklyn Lehman, no good. Rebound and another try here is off the mark. Let's see, Cadence Mitchell puts up a shot, no good. So Lehman missed. Mitchell missed. I think Maddie Adams might have missed as well. There were a couple of offensive rebounds in there and then a third. And now a foul coming against Beaver. And this will be against number 12, Braylee Carter. And it will put Cadence Mitchell to the line here for San Juan. And the Lady Broncos need these buckets now. They haven't scored for some time. Down by 6, 19-13, almost halfway through the second quarter. Cadence Mitchell drains the first of the 2. That's a big bucket for San Juan. Makes it a 5-point game again. San Juan would love it if she could make both here. She's not able to hit the second, so the rebound falls off to Beaver. And now San Juan wrestling for it, and it's going to be a jump ball. And this will go in favor. Nope, it's going to be a timeout for San Juan as Maddie Adams fell down on the ground to get that ball, and then Coach Stearns was able to call a timeout in time. So the Lady Broncos get a steal there. And force the 8th turnover of the afternoon against Beaver. We're going to have a short timeout here with San Juan down 19-14. It'll be Lady Bronco basketball in the offensive end with a new shot clock when we come back to action. High school hoops this afternoon on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live is brought to you in part by Bradford Tire, specializing in fast service with fair prices and quality customer care. Also today, Colleen Kays, author of the 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power. Crowley Construction, dirt, roads, driveways, and more. They handle any job, big or small. and dependable auto repair. Count on their team of ASC certified technicians for all your auto service. Here's a whiff by Ella Stearns as she floated up the air ball on the inbound play. So San Juan got the look they wanted but didn't score. Beaver takes the rebound. Shot is going to be waved off here. There's going to be a foul on the floor as fresh in off the bench, Taylor Ashworth, the sophomore, is going to be called. And now some talking from Coach Marshall to the referees. And I don't know what to say other than sometimes the refs that ref these games down here get a lot of discussion from coaches, and the San Juan coach has already been teed up this afternoon. Here is Sindel Atcity with the basketball for San Juan after the Lady Broncos got the ball on a foul for Beaver. Here's Maddie Adams on the top of the key. She'll get a return pass from Lehman. Now Ella Stearns sends it out to Atcity. She drives through the middle. She's fouled on the floor. They don't give continuation. And I think this is going to be on Brittany Crum. Nope, it'll be Braylee Carter. Her second. And that does actually put San Juan into the bonus. So, wow, the Lady Broncos had 4 fouls, and Beaver had 1 just a couple minutes ago. And suddenly, San Juan is the one who goes into the bonus first. And here's Sindel Atcity making the first of 2 foul shots. So some of the other girls now starting to get some points for San Juan, and that's what they need. That's a 4-point game again at 19-15. And here's Sindel Atcity's second shot. Not a lot of rotation on that ball, but it drops. She's got, whoop, I gave her a 2-point basket, not a foul shot. Let's see, we can't get that off of there. Let's see if we can get this fixed. Here we go. 19-16 now with 3 minutes to go as she makes both foul shots. And it's Sorensen with it for Beaver. Over to the right side now. We got several girls off the bench here for both teams. Taylin Marshall had the ball. Now we're going to get a foul on Atcity as she comes into contact with Briley Sorensen. This will be Atcity's second. Yeah, it's interesting. Some games players rack up lots of fouls and some games they don't. Officiating crews are all different. Sometimes they let them go and sometimes they don't. Here's Aspen Evans at the line for Beaver following the Atcity foul, and now both teams in the bonus. And the junior can't make the first for Beaver. Second shot forthcoming for Aspen Evans. And that one falls off as well. Ella Stearns, a good rebound for San Juan. And that's a break for the Lady Broncos, who don't suffer any more damage. Brooklyn Lehman has it right wing. Now she drives right to the bucket, up off the glass and in. Nice drive for the freshman guard. San Juan's back to within 1. It's 19-18. Scoring has come in spurts so far this afternoon for these two teams, as we're going to get a call against San Juan. This will be the second on Ella Stearns. And it will put Beaver to the line again as everybody's in the bonus. Brittany Crum is at the line. And that shot up and good. Or excuse me, up and off the mark. So she missed the first. It remains 19-18. We'll see if it remains a 1-point game here. Second shot up this time is good for Crum, so make it a 2-point game. 20-18. San Juan working against this Beaver press. And all Ella Stearns has to do is keep dribbling. She could earn a foul. There's a nice pass up ahead to Atcity, though. She puts up a little bit of a hook shot, no good. And it's rebounded by Beaver. So the Lady Beavers run it across. San Juan unable to score. And now Briley Sorensen has the basketball. She'll dish it out to the top of the key. Aspen Evans misses the 3, rebounded by Maddie Adams for San Juan. And she will hand off, and it's Atcity who brings it across. Gives to Lehman, back up top for Maddie Adams. Open 3 from the right side, no good. Rebounded by Beaver, and they're going to run the floor here as it opens up a bit. Nice hard run for Taylin Marshall. She missed the layup try, and on the rebound, a whistle here. I think this is a foul against Beaver. And it will be. So a defensive rebound for San Juan and a foul against Lexi Hafen. And so Maddie Adams will go to the line for San Juan. Everybody taking trips now as we've been in the bonus for about a minute for both teams. 1:39 still left in this first half, and it's been a close one. San Juan held the lead for most of the early portion of the game, but Beaver has led here for the last 3 minutes or so, maybe 4. But San Juan staying right in there, down 20-18. Unfortunately, Maddie Adams misses the first of her 2 foul shots and misses both. So that's a tough break, and it's rebounded by Beaver. San Juan is getting some opportunities from the line, but so far unable to capitalize. And Brittany Crum has it for Beaver, trying to spin away from Lehman. She does, goes to the hole, and they're going to call a block. It's actually a jump ball, no shot. Great block by Maddie Adams, and that's going to give San Juan the basketball. And Cadence Mitchell will look to inbound in the midst of this Beaver press, and San Juan has done a great job in the first half against the press. Now at City sends it ahead to Lehman. She'll pull up from the left wing for the 3, no good. Rebound to San Juan, and Cadence Mitchell banks it in off the glass. Good offensive rebound for the Lady Broncos, and we are all tied with a minute to go in this first half, 20 apiece. Brittany Crum has it for Beaver, trying to work around the San Juan D. Nice little dish into the middle, and scooping it up off the glass and in is Britley Bastian. Now San Juan running in transition. Brooklyn Lehman to the bucket, lays it up and in, ahead of the D by a half step, and we're all tied at 22. Final 35 seconds now as it opens up a little bit for a few seconds. And now Crum will try to go around the defense again. This time she's held out on the perimeter. And now it's Aspen Evans at the top of the key. Right wing for Sorensen. She almost lost the dribble, but pushed it ahead to her teammate Evans. Now on the right wing, Crum. Down to 17 seconds to go in the half. Nice little rise up for Bastian. She'll find a wide open Aspen Evans, and she hits the 3. 25-22 lead for Beaver. San Juan down to 5 seconds. Brooklyn Lehman to the baseline. Her shot hit the side of the glass or the shot clock, and the buzzer sounds, and that will be it for the first half. And it was a fun first half. Nope. They're going to add some time, I think maybe a fraction of a second. That's going to be 1 second on the clock, so let's see if Beaver can get a miracle shot. They can't. I don't know what went on with Brittany Crum, but she couldn't catch the ball. She's holding her hand like it's injured, so she wasn't going to get a shot at all. And so now the horribly rolled up mat that the cheerleaders struggled with last night is finally going to come back on the floor and maybe get straightened up as they get set to perform for halftime. So we are at the halftime break, and it's a fun game here this afternoon. Game 1 of this Region 18 doubleheader is a close one, 25-22 in favor of the number 2 Beaver Lady Beavers here in San Juan. And we will take a break. We'll return with some first half stats. Stay with us. It's a Region 18 doubleheader, high school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We're at halftime in Game 1 of a Region 18 doubleheader. And the San Juan Lady Broncos trailing the Lady Beavers 25-22 at the break, and it was a tale of 2 quarters. San Juan led 13-8 after 1. Beaver outscored San Juan 17-9 in the second quarter. But we've got ourselves a close one headed into the second half. Both teams shooting right around 30%. San Juan 7 of 24 for 29%, and Beaver 8 of 24 for 33%. From 2-point range, San Juan 6 of 19 for 32%, so they're out shooting Beaver from inside the arc. Lady Beavers are 4 of 14 for 29%. But from 3-point range, Beaver 4 of 10 for 40%, and San Juan 1 of 5 for 20%. Let's see, from the foul line, San Juan is actually doing pretty well. They're 7 of 12, better than I thought they were for 58%, but they would like to get that up a little bit more. Beaver, on the other hand, 5 of 10 for 50% from the line, so that has helped San Juan out a little bit. Rebounds, San Juan losing by 2 in that department, 19-17, but it's pretty even. 4 offensive rebounds for each team. And the fouls evened out a little bit. It was pretty much in favor of Beaver earlier on, but now 9 fouls for Beaver, 10 for San Juan. Turnovers, I've got Beaver for 8, San Juan for 6. Both teams have a blocked shot. 4 steals for the Lady Broncos and 3 for the Lady Beavers. Individual scoring, and you got one player who stands out among the rest for both teams. Although there's another girl in behind. Actually, for Beaver, it's spread around fairly evenly, so never mind. I'll retract my statement. Ruby Lurth scoring 9 in the first half. Brittany Crum has 6, Braylee Carter 5. 3-point afternoon so far for Aspen Evans, and then 2 for Britley Bastion. 3-point baskets, there were 4 of them. 2 for Ruby Lurth and 1 apiece for Bastion and Braylee Carter. For San Juan, it's Kamaya Fullwood. She had all 10 of their points early on, and then some other girls came on to help her out. Brooklyn Lehman scored 7 in the first half, 3 for Cadence Mitchell, and 2 for Sindel Atcity. So the San Juan girls trying to find a way to all get activated here in this second half to help Fullwood out a little bit. She obviously can't carry the load the entire time, so, and now with already 3 fouls in the game, she may sit a little bit in the second half, and already did sit for most of the second quarter. So I'm sure we'll see Fullwood back out to start the third quarter, but it depends on how the fouling goes. It could be troublesome for the junior. But San Juan trailing Beaver 25-22 after 1 half of play. Girls game here starting us off. The boys will follow as they close out a fun weekend with a couple of Region 18 doubleheaders. We'll take another break. When we return, we'll look at some scores from around the area last night and see what's going on today. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you'll gain real-world skills and turn your talent into opportunity. Learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career starting today.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas Jacobson today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford welcoming you back in. It's halftime, and the San Juan girls trailing the Beaver Lady Beavers 25-22. It's the number 8 San Juan Lady Broncos versus the number 2 Beaver Lady Beavers, by the way. High School Hoops this afternoon brought to you in part by Diamond Designs, offering a wide variety of quality customized products. Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of local sports and a great start for your kids. And Four Corners Regional Care Center, a skilled nursing and rehab facility in a caring setting. And we'll take a look at some scores from last night. And we will, obviously, our games, San Juan boys winning 56-39 over Enterprise. The girls suffering the tough 55-53 OT loss. In the other games that you saw on StreamUtah.Live last night, only one score. Valley winning in both of those. The girls for Monticello suffering a 50-17 loss, and the boys falling 53-45. And so I guess among our local teams that we broadcasted last night, the teams went 1-3, so not super great. We'll see if they do any better today. It is a quadruple header today on StreamUtah.Live. In fact, I think Monticello is underway at this point, or has just gotten underway. They started a little bit later than we did this morning, or this afternoon. So some other scores from last night. Montezuma Cortez boys. I'm trying to remember if they are now. Let me take a look here at what I've got on my standings. I think the Montezuma Cortez boys are now 16-0 after they beat Monte Vista last night handily, 63-30. The Lady Panthers losing at Monte Vista 41-33. Nucla was off last night. The Nucla boys are the other undefeated team in our area. But now just kind of going down the list, the Dolores boys and girls were both at Telluride last night. We got a score for the boys, 44-41 loss for the Bears. Grand County both played Beaver last night. I've only got a score for the girls. It was a 60-23 loss. We mentioned that already. I'll see before we start the boys game. I might get a chance to talk with Beaver and see what they did on the boys' side last night. Monument Valley girls beat Bryce Valley at Bryce Valley last night pretty handily, 69-46. And the Whitehorse girls suffered a 72-37 loss at Many Farms. We've got the divisional wrestling tournament for the boys was yesterday for Monticello, Monument Valley, and Whitehorse. We've got the girls divisionals today. Grand County, Monument Valley, San Juan, and Whitehorse all wrestling in the girls divisional tournaments today. Montezuma Cortez hosting a wrestling tournament at their school in Cortez today. And going on all weekend long, Dove Creek, Mancos, Norwood, and Nucla are at the Valley Classic and Center. So that's into day 2 today. And that's kind of a comprehensive look at some other scores among our local teams around the area and all across both Utah and Colorado, down into New Mexico and Arizona as well. We cover as many of the schools here in the Red Rock 92 listening area. We try to cover all the schools in the Red Rock 92 listening area. We're obviously heavy on southeastern Utah with the live broadcasts. But I do my best to pay attention to 13 schools. And I did realize on my way back from Kanab the other day, of course, Monument Valley, Arizona may also be in our listening area. I don't know if I can expand to cover a 14th school, though. I considered it, but I don't know. That might get confusing. We have 2 Monument Valley teams. Right now we kind of focus on the Utah side of it as Brittany Crum scores to get the third quarter started. And it's a 5-point lead now for Beaver as the Lady Beavers waste no time getting started offensively. San Juan going from left to right on your radio dial as we start out this second half. Lady Broncos wearing home white, Beaver in road black. And Kamaya Fullwood back out on the court for San Juan after sitting for most of that second quarter once she picked up her third foul. Lady Broncos having a look, but losing the basketball now. It's going to be stolen away by Beaver. So San Juan commits the first turnover of the second half. 3 ball on the way for Sorensen, nothing but net. And it's suddenly an 8-point lead, 30-22 for the number 2 Lady Beavers. And here's San Juan with it now in the offensive end. Maddie Adams running around the right side, and they say a clean block, but she was obviously hit on the hand. Missed the shot here. And a rebound for the Lady Beavers. I'm not going to give them a block because it was a foul. That was uncalled. Now a carry will give the ball back to San Juan as Braylee Sorensen got too high on the dribble. Beaver commits their first turnover of the second half. And so San Juan will walk the ball across, maybe. Sindel Atcity is looking at some debris. There's a bunch of debris on the floor, maybe. From the, I don't know if it was Flights Gymnastics who performed, but obviously some debris that was stuck on the pads that they brought out on the floor, probably from last night. I think I might see another piece of debris out there right now near the midcourt circle, but now San Juan's going to have to inbound the basketball again. They do get it into Brooklyn Lehman. So Sindel Atcity was on the dribble and suddenly just started to bend over to pick debris off the ground. And here's Maddie Adams putting up a shot too short, rebounded by the Lady Beavers as San Juan unable to score on their second possession of the second half, and they're down by 8, 30-22. Beaver with it in the offensive end. Here's Ruby Lurth on the drive from the left wing, kicks to the right side. Sorensen misses the 3, but the rebound by Beaver, and a shot is no good, but a foul coming to San Juan here will put them to the line, and that's going to be the second on Brooklyn Lehman. So Aspen Evans at the line for Beaver. That is the first foul of the second half. And the first shot, that's Brittany Crum at the line, and she makes the first. As Ella Stearns comes in for San Juan, replacing Maddie Adams. And it'll be Crum with her second shot. It's on the way. That one bounces off, but Beaver's going to get to the rebound. So they've got a chance at a 3-point play, but it will be a travel. They did get another offensive rebound, but now turn it over. So 10 turnovers against Beaver in this game. Lady Beavers aren't playing their best game. It's so amazing how different games can be from home court to home court. Obviously, San Juan was beaten handily in Beaver as the Lady Broncos get on the board here in the second half. Ella Stearns hits her first bucket of the afternoon, and that makes it a 7-point game, 31-24. Ruby Lurth right through the defense, puts up the shot, no good. Then she goes over the back on Kamaya Fullwood. That's uncalled. And the ball goes out of bounds over on the far side. And Coach Marshall arguing the call, but, Beaver should have had a foul on him right there. So they really get the bonus of a non-call. That was a miss for some Beaver player. Actually, I know who that was. It was Lurth. Then she swatted her own rebound out of bounds over on the far side. Now San Juan scoring. And I did not see who scored that bucket, unfortunately. And so, I don't know who scored it. I'll have to maybe guess on that. Maybe at the end of the quarter as Ruby Lurth scores for Beaver. I've got no question about that. I'm going to say maybe it was Ella Stearns. I'm not sure, but here's a 3 on the way for Brooklyn Lehman. No good. Rebounded by the Lady Beavers. It's 33-26 as we've got ourselves a 7-point game here. And Brittany Crum will walk it across for Beaver. Bounce it down into traffic. It's stolen by San Juan. And the Lady Broncos on the run. Brooklyn Lehman goes to the bucket and she scores. Nice play by the freshman as she steals it, runs the floor and lays it in. And now, boy, there's a nice run by Brittany Crum, and now she's going to have the ball stripped away, but it will be a foul on Brooklyn Lehman here, and Crum will go to the line. That'll be Lehman's third. Another offensive rebound for Beaver. And Brittany Crum at the line for the second time in a row here in this third quarter. She drains the first shot. Make it a 6-point game, 34-28. And Crum at the line makes both. So San Juan down by 7 again, 35-28, as we are over halfway through the third quarter now. Kamaya Fullwood takes a pass right of the bucket, missed the shot, and Cadence Mitchell misses the follow-up as well. So the Lady Broncos miss an opportunity there. And Beaver works it back into the offensive end. Here they go to the left wing with a pass. It's Evans. She'll drive to the top of the key and then hand off to Britley Bastian. Come over here to the near side, Sorensen. On the left wing, she'll dribble and now hand to the top of the key. Britley Bastian will put up the three and drains it. Nothing but net. And it's the largest lead of the afternoon for Beaver now, very quietly, 38-28. San Juan, not a whole lot of offense here in this third quarter. 6 points is all. Now Brooklyn Lehman will answer with a three. Huge bucket for the freshman, makes it 38-31. 7-point game again. As Beaver will walk it across, Britley Crum hands off to the left side for Adams, or excuse me, that's Aspen Evans. Now top of the key for Crum again. She'll try to back her way into on Brooklyn Lehman, but now kicks to the right side. They'll go cross court for Evans. She drives into traffic. Brittany Crum, or Ruby Lurth, excuse me, gets the ball, and she wrestles it away, spins to the bucket, lays it up and in. Lurth has 13. That leads all scorers, and it's 40-31. 9-point lead for Beaver. Ella Stearns went up with the shot, but comes back down with the ball after it was a block from Britley Bastian. We're going to call I can't call a block because it wasn't a shot. It's a turnover on San Juan, ultimately on the travel. And it'll be Crum bringing it in for Beaver. And now Bastian at the top of the key, trying to get around Ella Stearns. Boy, a lot of elbowing here. Stearns is getting absolutely hammered. And no fouls being called here. A lot of elbows flying from Bastian. And now Stearns will get a rebound for San Juan as Beaver missed a shot there. Now San Juan back the other way. Brooklyn Lehman, three misses. Rebounded by Beaver. And the Lady Beavers will have a chance to bring it across with 1:45 to go in the third quarter. We're going to get a John Marshall timeout for Beaver. Again, 1:44 to go in this third quarter. The Lady Beavers lead San Juan by 9, 40-31. We'll take a break and return to San Juan High School. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you'll gain real-world skills and turn your talent into opportunity. Learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career starting today.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
Welcome back to San Juan High School as we're back underway following the timeout. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Ruby Lurth missing a shot for Beaver. San Juan with the rebound. They've got it in the offensive end now, trailing the Lady Beavers 40-31. DeVay Mitchell has it at the top of the key. She hands off to Sindel At-City, and now At-City will try to work around Sorensen. Pulls up on the dribble, though. Sends it in a little deeper. Cadence Mitchell, a nice move. She goes to the bucket and scores. And a foul. The 5'7" senior scoring for San Juan, drawing the foul against Brittany Crum as well. And an add one opportunity for Mitchell. 1:05 to go. This is a big swing right here. Could make this a 6-point ball game if she can add the 1 point. Mitchell has 5 on the day, and it will remain 5 as she misses. But San Juan's going to track down the rebound, and we're going to get a timeout, I think. Well, let's see. San Juan got the ball on the floor. It'll be San Juan basketball out of bounds, apparently. I don't really know what happened right here. So an offensive rebound ultimately for San Juan. DeVay Mitchell gets it. Now the Lady Broncos have an opportunity at a 4-point play, but never mind. It'll be stolen away pretty deftly by Crum. She runs the floor and can't score. We're going to have a total over the back here. I mean, it was a no-brainer. There should be no argument. Britley Bastian was laying all over the top of Brooklyn Lehman, and that's not the first time that's happened in this game. So forgive my frustration, but finally it's called here. And that's 2 fouls on Beaver. So it is a dead ball rebound for San Juan, and the Lady Broncos have it in the offensive end, but now it'll be stolen away again by Beaver, and then we're going to get a San Juan foul this time. DeVay Mitchell, the guilty party. Her second, as Ella Stearns comes back in the game for San Juan. And it is Brittany Crum walking it across for the Beaver Lady Beavers. And there is a disparity from the shot clock to the game clock. 23 seconds to go in the half. 18 seconds now on the shot clock. So Beaver standing there wanting to kind of use the time and maybe be the last shot of the half. Here's Crum as they set a pick. Bit of a moving pick at the top of the key. Crum will put up the 3. It's no good. Rebounded by San Juan. Lady Broncos almost out of time. Cadence Mitchell's going to get a shot away. She hits it at the buzzer. Beautiful play by San Juan. That's a key bucket as Kamaya Fullwood found Cadence Mitchell down court, got it to her, full court pass. Mitchell hits the 16-footer at the buzzer. And going into the fourth quarter, it's a 40-35 lead for Beaver. We'll step aside and return for the start of the fourth. Stay with us. Live from San Juan High School in Blanding, it's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. And Rhett Sifford welcoming you in for what has been a good game. Beaver has led for the majority of the second half. In fact, I think they've led for the entire second half and have led since they took the lead for the most part in the second quarter. I think the last time we were tied, it was 22-all. It's 40-35 as we start the final frame here this afternoon. And Kamaya Fullwood gets a handoff to Cadence Mitchell. Now to Brooklyn Lehman, left wing 3, no good. Rebounded by Beaver. That was a good look for San Juan, but not able to get the points out of it. And so San Juan can't draw first blood here in the third. That would have been huge. That would have made it a one-possession game right there, but it remains 40-35. San Juan looking for a stop now. Nice fake that time by Ruby Lurth. Looked like she would take the 3. Ended up driving the hole, but loses the handle. I'm going to say she missed the shot. Goes out of bounds with it. It'll be a rebound for San Juan on the dead ball. Now the Lady Broncos another opportunity, but the ball lost out of bounds. This is going to be a foul, it looks like, on Aspen Evans, her first. And Lehman will step to the line on the far side to get the ball in. And At City now has it for San Juan. Down into the corner they go. Kamaya Fullwood's shot is blocked. And she will send it back up top. At City is hit on the head. No foul. And it looks like Coach Stearns is going to call a timeout with 7:09 to go to talk this over. Lady Broncos need to circle the wagons and get a good play going here in the offensive end, try to get some points. And so let's see. I don't think, we did have a block right there for Beaver. The missed shot for Kamaya Fullwood, offensive rebound technically. So we've got the timeout with 7:09 to go. This game one of a Region 18 doubleheader today has been a good one so far. High school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Brought to you in part by Jones and DeMille Engineering. From infrastructure to quality of life, engineering the future of rural communities. Napa Motor Parts. Get everything you need in Blanding and Monticello. And San Juan Pharmacy, serving San Juan County and supporting local teams for decades. Out of the timeout, San Juan inbounds the basketball, but it looks like it's going to be a turnover. I did not see what happened. This would be an offensive foul, I think. No, it's just a travel, I guess, or a double dribble. So unfortunate, San Juan calls the timeout and then turns the ball over immediately. So not the way they drew it up, that's for sure. 7:07 left in the game now. And San Juan trails the Lady Beavers 40-35, looking for an upset against number 2 Beaver. And thought they had the upset last night against number 3 Enterprise, but a couple calls didn't go their way at the end of regulation, caused it to go into overtime, and San Juan suffered the 2-point loss. As now the Lady Broncos turn it over at midcourt. After they'd gotten a rebound, there's a shot up and good for Britley Bastion. So unfortunately, that one gives Beaver 2 points, and now Beaver steals and scores again. And that was Lurth. So the Lady Broncos struggling right now in the turnover department. And it was a little bit of a run by Beaver. Now Kamaya Fullwood in the paint. No good on the shot, but the follow-up sails wide. A foul, though, on Beaver coming, and Ella Stearns will go to the line. So Fullwood missed. Offensive rebound for San Juan. Ella Stearns will go to the line for the Lady Broncos. And the first shot is up and off the mark. So San Juan down by 9, 6:18 to go. But they have played Beaver pretty well here this afternoon. They played Enterprise very well last night. Stearns misses both foul shots, though. Rebounded by the Lady Beavers. So San Juan just not able to get the ball to go in the hoop right now. And it's Crum for Beavers, spinning away from Lehman and missing the shot. 10-footer off the mark, rebounded by the Lady Broncos. Now they got to deal with this Beaver press again. And Lehman is double teamed. She needs some help, and it's going to be thrown away. As nobody got there in time to help her find someone open, her pass sailed past everybody and is intercepted by Beaver. So it's going downhill a little bit here for San Juan in this fourth quarter. There is Ruby Lurth for Beaver, working back and forth on Cadence Mitchell. Now they'll send it around the horn here. Lurth gets a return pass. She thought about the long-range shot, but now gives into the corner. It was a good decision. Aspen Evans drains the three. 47-35. Now Beaver steals. Offensive charge coming here as Lehman allows herself to be run over. And it's going to be an offensive charge on Aspen Evans. She's getting a little coaching from her teammate Britley Bastion out there. But it was another steal for Beaver and a turnover against San Juan, and the Lady Broncos have really started collecting the turnovers here in this fourth quarter. I think they've turned it over 3 or 4 times in as many possessions of late. So San Juan's got to try to right the ship. They're going to call a timeout. We'll take it 2, and we will return to San Juan High School in just a moment. Stay with us. It's a Region 18 doubleheader. High school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Last year I was at my lowest, going through some pretty serious depression. A couple friends of mine stopped by the house and said they were worried about me. Said they'd feel a lot better if they could hold on to my firearms until things turned around. I think they saved my life.
If your loved ones are struggling, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home, because things do get better.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
Back to San Juan High School in Blanding. High school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as Kamaya Fullwood drives the bucket and scores her first points since the first quarter. And that makes it 47-37. It's a 10-point game. 4:45 left in this contest. Beaver has maintained an arm's distance on San Juan here in this second half and looking to close out the Lady Broncos and sweep the season series. San Juan looking for a big upset on the number 2 Beavers. There's a nice spin to the bucket, up off the glass and in, Brittany Crum. And the Lady Broncos will work it back across. Cadence Mitchell on the right wing. Goes down into the corner for Maddie Adams. Into the middle again, Fullwood in traffic, missed the jumper. Cadence Mitchell is fouled on the putback try. This will be the 4th on Britley Bastion. And so San Juan's Cadence Mitchell at the line makes the first. She's quietly up to 8 points. That makes it 49-38. San Juan trying to make this a 10-point game again. Second shot is up and nothing but net. So Mitchell, good shooting that time from the line. San Juan pressing a little bit here now, but Bastion will bring it across for Beaver. They're going to get a travel and going back the other way on the turnover. Beaver's 12th turnover of the game. And At City will step to the far sideline to inbound. San Juan starting to run out of time now. 4 minutes left in this game. The Lady Broncos down by 10. Here's Cadence Mitchell into the offensive end with it. Finds Kamaya Fullwood. She dishes to the right side. Maddie Adams, baseline drive. Can't get the shot to go, but now Ella Stearns wrestled it away. So an offensive rebound for San Juan. There's a shot up and good. And I don't know if that was Adams or Stearns. I'm going to give it to Adams. San Juan scores. It's an 8-point game, 49-41. I think my scoring totals may be incorrect. I've missed a couple buckets for San Juan as Brittany Crum dissects the San Juan D, goes right through to score and make it a 10-point game again, 51-41. 3:31 left in the ball game, and we're going to get a San Juan timeout as the Lady Broncos will talk it over. So high school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, brought to you in part today by Westcott Motors, San Juan County source for quality, affordable vehicles, westcott-motors.com. Wyatt Holyoke for San Juan County Sheriff. Your family's safety is his first and constant mission. And Bradford Tire, specializing in fast service with fair prices and quality customer care. Thanks again to all these sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. 51-41 is the lead for Beaver as we wind down this San Juan timeout. It'll be Lady Bronco basketball as we come back here. Game 1 of a Region 18 doubleheader this afternoon as the boys will follow this one up. And it looks like it's Lehman to inbound from the defensive baseline. No press from Beaver this time. So at City will walk it across and hand to Lehman. She surveys the scene, comes right side now for Maddie Adams. Adams will pause a moment, now hand to Cadence Mitchell. She almost lost it out of bounds, but recovers. Goes inside to Kamaya Fullwood, and she earned her spot underneath. Scoops it up off the glass and in. Fullwood has 14. San Juan pulls back to within 8. It's 51-43. Under 3 to go in the game now, so you know Beaver's going to be using as much time as they can. Crum was just standing with it out in the midcourt circle. Now a couple left-right moves. Almost got her around Lehman. They set a 2-player pickup at the top. Now the ball is stuffed by Maddie Adams, but the Lady Broncos can't complete the steal. Fortuitous bounce to Aspen Evans, and she's unable to score, but an offensive rebound for Beaver, so they can continue to work the clock here as Crum has it. And now Brooklyn Lehman is going to foul. She's going to get a flagrant foul here. And I'm not sure what that was. Maybe just with the time running down, I don't know. Maybe she was frustrated. She is going to be called for the flagrant foul. Let's see here. Will erase that off my deal? So I'm not sure what that even means. Oh, yeah, it'll be foul shots. Wow, so that's a mistake by Lehman to be sure, and her 4th foul. So shooting foul shots is Brittany Crum, and she makes the first. Second shot on the way and good for Crum, and now, so it's like a technical foul. And Beaver will have the basketball now with 2:29 to go. So a tough break. It's a mistake by Brooklyn Lehman that got her team even deeper into a hole here now as it's a 10-point game again. So I don't know, I guess she just wanted to get a shove in on Brittany Crum at some point tonight. Crum frustrating her, I guess. And now Crum will drive through traffic, misses the shot, then she goes over the back on the rebound. So it'll be a dead ball rebound for San Juan. A foul on Crum, her 3rd. And San Juan, well, that does put San Juan into the bonus now that I notice. So I tell you, the Lady Broncos have done a lot better job rebounding in this game than they did against Beaver in the first matchup between these two teams on January 10th. And it'll be Brooklyn Lehman appropriately now going to the line for San Juan. The first shot is up and off the mark, unfortunately. So the Lady Broncos have not been super strong from the line today, have not been able to take advantage. Just 50%, 9 of 18. Make it 10 of 19 as Lehman does hit the second here. So she's up to 13 points, but the Lady Broncos running out of time. Down by 9, 53-44, just 2 minutes to go. Ruby Lurth absolutely wide open. So is Brayley Carter. She puts up the shot from the left baseline, no good. It looks like Beaver gets their own rebound, and Coach Marshall is going to call a timeout here. And this comes with 1:55 to go in the ball game, and Beaver up 53-44. It'll be Beaver basketball coming out of the timeout. We'll take a break as well, excuse me, and return to San Juan High School. Stay with us. Game 1 of a Region 18 doubleheader. Boys are coming up. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Beaver basketball out of their timeout. They lead San Juan 53-44 on the girls' side. This is game 1 of a Region 18 doubleheader today. Actually, a Region 18 quadruple header, as we had 2 games last night. And Lady Beaver's trying to get a shot away at the buzzer on the shot clock. It's going to be a foul as Ruby Lurth does a good job. And the foul against Ella Stearns, her third. The fact that Stearns could even guard the much taller Ruby Lurth is impressive. But it will result in foul shooting for Beaver, as they're going to try to make this a double-digit lead again, and they do as Lurth hits the first of the 2. She's up to 16 points on the afternoon. That makes it 54-44. And the second shot is forthcoming, on the way now, bounces out, but unfortunately Beaver gets their own rebound. So the Lady Broncos can't take advantage here and seem to have just kind of run out of gas a little bit here in this fourth quarter. Nice little shoulder by Ruby Lurth. They're going to let that go. There's been some football activity out here today. Sindel At-City is going to be called for her third foul, though. And Beaver will reset on the near sidelines. They get it into Brittany Crum, and she's going to be fouled immediately by At-City. And there's really no reason to be fouling at this point, down by 10, I don't think, but that's the way basketball goes. I think that's Sindel At-City, her fourth. So Beaver going to reset again with a new shot clock here. And they get it into Crum. And Crum will try to dribble around a pick. Brooklyn Lehman stays with her this time. Lehman guarding her tightly, physically. And now they're going to run into Crum after the whistle. They're San Juan trying to get the foul here. Cadence Mitchell finally steps in to get it. And Mitchell has a bunch of fouls to give, but that does now put Beaver in the bonus. So the game will slow down to a crawl here as Beaver will shoot foul shots. Up by 10. And now 11 as Crum hits the first. So it's been a tighter contest here today than what we saw on December 10th between these two teams by far. In fact, San Juan has done a much better job against both of these Region 18 opponents this weekend than they did in mid-January. As Crum makes both foul shots, now San Juan trying to answer. Kamaya Fullwood drives through traffic to the hole. She can't score, but she does draw a foul and will shoot a couple. That will be the fourth on Brittany Crum. And Kamaya Fullwood at the line for San Juan. First shot is up and good, and Fullwood has had a great day. She didn't score in the second or third quarters, but she's been very active in the first and fourth. And she's perfect from the line now, I believe 6 of 6, as she hits both of those and makes it a 10-point game again, but we're into the final minute. Beaver loses the ball out of bounds here in transition, so that turnover will help San Juan, and I don't know, San Juan down the stretch here is kind of almost thrown in the towel, but they're still right in this thing. If they can get a quick bucket, could make this an 8-point game, but they throw the ball away under the basket. So it just hasn't gone proper for San Juan. Let's see here. It should be a turnover on San Juan. Steal for Beaver. Lady Beavers have it in the offensive end. We're winding down to the final half minute here as we get a San Juan foul somewhere off the ball. It looks like Cadence Mitchell fouled, and so that'll put Beaver to the line here. This thing is all but over now with 29.5 seconds to go. There really isn't any reason for San Juan to be fouling here from here on out. Ruby Lurth's first shot is no good, so she stays at 16 points on the day. Lead remains 56-46, but she hits the second. 57-46, make it. And San Juan may have the final possession of the day. Kamaya Fullwood gets it on the baseline, but loses it out of bounds, so never mind. San Juan turns it over. 17 turnovers on the Lady Broncos today. And San Juan should be content to just let this time expire. Fullwood's going to foul, though. There just isn't any reason at this point. with this amount of time left to be fouling. It just slows the game down. San Juan down by 11. And the frustration, obviously, from the Lady Broncos. It's not going to be as heartbreaking a loss as last night, but it is a loss nonetheless. So San Juan will fall to both of these tough top 3 Region 18 opponents. And when I say top 3, I mean number 2 and 3 in the state. Only Kanab is ranked above them. And Kanab is the only team really in the class that these two teams between Enterprise and Beaver have lost to this year. So these are obviously the 3 teams to beat in 2A basketball. Kanab, Enterprise, and Beaver. Kanab, Beaver, and Enterprise in that order. Looks like Britley Bastion makes one of the 2 foul shots, missed the other. San Juan has the basketball now with 8 seconds to go. Stearns thought about the 3, gives to Kamaya Fullwood left side though. Fullwood shot's a little flat off the front of the rim. It's rebounded by Beaver, and that will do it. Time expires. It's a 58-46 win for Beaver here this afternoon. So San Juan will fall to 10-10 on the season. I don't know that they'll drop in the standings, though, because of the records for these 2 excellent teams that they lost to this weekend. Beaver improves to 19-2 on the year, so that gives you an idea. Obviously, 2 very tough opponents this weekend for San Juan, and a bit of a deflating week, but the Lady Broncos should hold their heads high knowing that they can compete with teams at this caliber. They stayed right with Beaver all game long today pretty much, and they obviously had Enterprise on the ropes last night. I think if a couple calls had gone the proper way, they would have gotten the upset last night, but alas, that did not happen. So game 1 in the books here this afternoon of this Region 18 doubleheader. We'll step aside. We'll return with some final game stats as the boys warm up. We'll have the boys game around the corner as well. Stick with us. It's high school hoops this afternoon on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. And a big thanks to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible, as we will talk about the final game stats from that girls' game. A tough 58-46 loss for the Lady Broncos in Game 1 of a Region 18 doubleheader today, and the final score is not indicative of the closeness and quality of that game. It was a good battle for San Juan. Just ran out of gas at the end after fighting tough all game long. And the Lady Broncos finished the day 36% from the field, 16 of 45. Beaver was 18 of 46 for 39% from three-point range. Excuse me. San Juan 2 of 9 for 22%. Beaver was 7 of 16 for 44%. So some good long-range shooting for Beaver this afternoon. From the foul line, San Juan 57%. 12 of 21. Beaver was 63%, 15 of 24. Rebounding really even today, and a far cry from what we saw on January 10th. San Juan was absolutely destroyed on the boards, and today they had 32. Beaver had 33. Both teams with 10 offensive rebounds in this game. Turnovers, San Juan turned it over 17 times, Beaver 13. I had one block shot for San Juan, 2 for Beaver. 11 steals for Beaver, and it looks like 5 for San Juan. Individual scoring, and it was Brittany Crum who led the way for all scorers with 19 for Beaver. Ruby Lurth had 17. 8-point day for Britley Bastian. 6 for Aspen Evans, 5 for Braylee Carter, and 3 for Briley Sorensen. 3-point baskets, they had 7, and the only player who got more than 1 was Aspen Evans. She had 2. Everybody else 1. Britley Bastian, Braylee Carter, Brittany Crum, Braylee Sorensen, and Ruby Lurth, all with 3-point baskets as they spread it around today. For San Juan, Kamaya Fullwood led the way with 16 points, but she had to sit the bench for most of the second quarter with 3 fouls. And 13-point day for Brooklyn Lehman. It was 9 points today for Cadence Mitchell, 4 for Ella Stearns, and 2 apiece for Sindel Atcity and Maddie Adams. 3-point baskets, 2 for Brooklyn Lehman. And so San Juan suffers the 58-46 loss in the girls' game. The boys will try to avenge that for the second day in a row as they're getting set to host the Beaver Beavers. I want to say thanks to Caleb Carr for getting me my water. Thank you, brother, as I can't really get up and do anything here. We've got a few minutes of warm-up left, and then we'll get underway here in the boys' game. We're glad you've joined us. Stick with us as we continue a Region 18 doubleheader this afternoon. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emerytelcom.com for details today.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 4355-873-838.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Canyonlands Tire in Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
Ready to own a home in Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, crafts personalized loans with top rates and expert support. Buying, refinancing, or building your dream home? We've got you covered. Sit with Britt and begin your home ownership adventure. Visit our local pros for all your mortgage lending needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, our Region 18 doubleheader today as we switch gears and move to the boys' side of things here. The San Juan girls suffering the tough loss, and the boys will now take over trying to redeem that loss. And let's take a look at these teams as we get ready to go. And for the boys, it's not as tight a matchup. For the girls, it was obviously they were looking for a big upset against number 2 Beaver, but today San Juan boys are favored. They are 9th in the 2A ranks coming into this game, and Beaver is 14th. San Juan with a 12-9 record. Beaver with a close win over Grand County last night is now 10-9 on the season. And I tell you what, travel really takes it out of you. Obviously over here we're used to driving long-range miles to play games and to cover games, and people really underrate that. They don't know how hard it is, and you look at an Enterprise and a Beaver team that traveled over here and barely beat Grand County. I know Enterprise only beat Grand by 1, and Beaver, apparently we're getting word now from some of the fans here, were up by 20 but ended up winning that game by 3 or something like that. We don't have a final on that game. It hasn't been reported, but so they nearly gave up the win as well. And I tell you, travel it takes out of you. It'd be nice if other teams across the state had to travel all the time like we do. I don't know if they'd be as good. San Juan and Monticello and Monument Valley and Whitehorse, we're all used to driving lots and lots of miles to play games in the state of Utah. And there's not a lot of consideration a lot of times for us teams down here. But for Beaver, of late, have not been super amazing. Starting with the San Juan win over them. You might remember Trip Palmer making a shot in the last few seconds of that game on January 10th, and the Broncos holding on to win 59-58 in Beaver's place. So that loss started a 4-game losing streak for Beaver. They lost then to Kanab, Enterprise, and South Sevier before bouncing back against Bryce Valley a week ago. And then, of course, they beat Grand County last night. So 2 wins in a row for Bryce Valley coming in, but a 4-game losing streak before that. And so Beaver is looking to right the ship a little bit and get back to their winning ways. For San Juan, as they come in, the Broncos have been playing some pretty good basketball. The 2 losses here of late to South Sevier and Kanab, but they have won 5 now of their last 7, including last night at versus Enterprise, and are going to try to make it another win here today. So only the losses to South Sevier and Kanab. The Broncos have beaten Beaver, Grand County, Whitehorse, and Parowan. So I guess the caliber of win, except for the Parowan game, hasn't been super amazing, but the Broncos are looking to beat a Region 18 opponent here this afternoon in Beaver and close out a strong weekend after they beat Enterprise last night. So they lost to Enterprise in Enterprise's place, split the season series with them. This afternoon they'll try to sweep the season series with the Beaver Beavers. And we take a look at these teams for San Juan. It's Trip Palmer leading the scoring with an average of just under 17 points per game. Jagger Neves at about 12.5. Cole Duke at over 10 a game. For Beaver, it's Chevion Ormsby, the only player in a double-digit average. According to the stats we have from the Deseret News, he's averaging over 14.5 per game. Mika Clough, I believe it's pronounced, at just under 10 a game, and Emmett Lurth at over 5.5 per game. So that's a look at the top three for both two teams. Looks like we're going to be set for the national anthem here. And yeah, we'll turn it over to the PA and we'll let you hear the national anthem. It looks like it'll be the San Juan Band.
The starters.
We will leave it, I think, with the PA to let you hear the starters here.
A senior, wearing number 4, Noah Wolf. A junior, wearing number 11, Chevion Ormsby. A senior, wearing number 14, Jaron Webb. A senior, wearing number 22, Micah Clough.
Okay, I guess it is Micah, not Mika, so it's good to hear the
And
PA
a senior,
guy call.
wearing number 23, Jordan Sutherland. The Beavers are coached by Coach Joe Hilla. All right, fans, let's get on our feet. Put your hands together for your San Juan Broncos. Starting a senior, number 0, George McNaughton. A senior, wearing number 2, Jagger Nieves. A senior, wearing number 3, Baylor Nielsen. And a senior, wearing number 31, Cole Duke. And the man in the middle, a senior, number 55, Trip Palmer. The Broncos are coached by Easton Nielsen. Good luck to both teams.
All right, that's the call of the starters as we get set for this matchup between the San Juan Broncos and the Beaver Beavers this afternoon. I think that was pretty well heard. That was a good job by the principal here at San Juan High School. And Now we get set to go. San Juan wearing home white this afternoon. Beaver wearing road black. San Juan going from right to left on your radio dial to start. Trying to go 2-0 on this weekend and sweep the season series with the Beaver Beavers. We're set to get underway, and the tip, Trip Palmer was way off time on that and wasn't even in the air. Micah Clough wins possession for Beaver as we get underway, and now the ball booted out of bounds by Jordan Sutherland as he loses the dribble himself, and the first turnover of the game will go in favor of San Juan. As Jagger Neves will get a return pass from Baylor Nielsen as the two combine to get it across the line for San Juan. And the Broncos now looking for the first points of the afternoon. George McNaughton with an over-under, drives the bucket, can't get the shot to go as he goes too hard off the glass. It's rebounded by Beaver. And the Beavers run it in, little head fake from Clough. Tries to go in the middle in traffic. San Juan will steal it away though. And the Broncos will run it back across Jagger Neves. As we are 45 seconds in, still looking for our first points. Here's Baylor Nielsen for three, yes, and there are the first points of the afternoon as the Broncos take a 3-0 lead. And Beaver will take a look here. Noah Wolf with the basketball, the senior. Goes right side, the ball's knocked away. Jagger Neves saves it from going out of bounds, and somehow it made its way to George McNaughton. He hands off to Baylor Nielsen, who missed the layup, but Jagger Neves right there to follow it up. What a great play for the San Juan Broncos, and the aggressive defense pays off. And now the basketball off the glass and no good. Let's see, it was a San Juan steal, turnover for Beaver. 22 misses the three, San Juan defensive rebound. And Jagger Neves now has it inside the arc for San Juan. The Broncos trying to stretch the lead. Trip Palmer's three is no good. The Broncos get their own rebound, and Jagger Neves is fouled as he goes to the bucket. So a great start for San Juan, and this will be the first foul of the afternoon on Jordan Sutherland. It was on the floor, so the Broncos will reset with a fresh shot clock here. And Jagger Neves needs some help. Nobody getting open right now. Now he'll lob it up high to Cole Duke, Now Trip Palmer right of the paint, puts up the 6-foot fade, no. And rebounded by Beaver. San Juan's got a 5-0 lead. 6:05 to go here in this first quarter. There's a 19-footer, no good for Micah Clough, rebounded by San Juan. And the Broncos looking to increase the lead here. An 18-footer from Jagger Neves is no good. Rebounded by Beaver. So the team's trading misses right now. And it'll be a handoff here as Jordan Sutherland will take it. Now down into the corner, of Baylor Nielsen foul as he grabs a hold of Jaron Webb. Nope, it's going to be on George McNaughton. San Juan's first foul of the day to the 6'3 senior. I don't know if that's going to be the case. They're going to try to figure this out as the referees talk it over here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was supposed to be on Baylor Nielsen, and that's what they're going to do is switch the foul here. So Baylor Nielsen guilty of the foul. I mean, Baylor was the guy who grabbed a hold of Noah Wolf, and so it was pretty obvious. Now Wolf will try to get it back in, and he does up top to Jaron Webb. Now on the right wing for Ormsby. Chevion Ormsby pulls up at the free throw line and hits the 10-footer, and the Beaver leading scorer is the first on the board for the Beavers today. It's 5-2. 5:25 to go in the opening quarter. So we're over 2.5 in, and now George McNaughton baseline drive draws a foul from Jaron Webb, it would appear, and that's the call. So 2 on Beaver, and San Juan will reset on the offensive baseline right of the bucket. Jagger Neves under there, lobs it up for Trip Palmer. He retreats to get that. He's at the top of the key, now pulls up to the bucket and lays it up and in off the glass. It took a trip around the rim but falls, and San Juan increases the lead back to 5, 7-2. Here's a hop and a skip to the bucket, missing the shot. I thought we had a whistle. Did we have a whistle? It was before the shot. It was a whistle. I guess they called a travel. And that's a turnover on Beaver. So the Broncos will get the ball back here. With 5 minutes exactly to go in this first quarter, San Juan up 7-2. Broncos with the basketball. Little pick from George McNaughton. A lot of contact in there. They let him play. A three on the way from Cole Duke, no good. Rebounded by San Juan. Pass into the middle. Jagger Neves misses. And a rebound by Beaver this time. And the Beavers come the other way. Here's Chevion Ormsby into the paint. And hands off left side. Trip Palmer stuffs Jaron Webb's shot, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Beaver basketball. San Juan's first block of the game. And they'll inbound it, Will Enterprise. And now Chevion Ormsby in the corner. Drives into the paint. The reverse layup try is no good. And rebounded by San Juan. So the Broncos leading by 5, trying to increase it here. Nice drive by Jagger Neves. Scoop it up off the glass, no good. On a putback try after he missed his first try. He can't score, but he is fouled. Good offensive rebound by the San Juan senior. And I believe this foul, it looks like it's going to be the second on Jordan Sutherland. So Coach Hillock having to go to the bench here early on, and it'll be Emmett Lurth getting set to come in for the Beavers. Neves drains the first of his 2 shots. And the second shot forthcoming from the Broncos 6'2" guard. It's on the way and nothing but net. 4 points for Jagger. San Juan's up 9-2. Almost halfway through this opening quarter. Beaver has it in the offensive end. Left side now for Chevion Ormsby. Up to the top for Jaron Webb. He'll take the 3. They gave it to him. It's no good. Rebounded by San Juan. And Jagger Neves will take his time coming across the line, surveying the scene. On the dribble at the top of the key, we'll go right side for Nielsen. He'll lob it in for Trip Palmer. Goes to the bucket, can't score, but he draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. This is going to be on Micah Clough. And 4 fouls now for Beaver here in this first quarter, so 3:49 left in the frame. San Juan's near going in the bonus here. And Trip Palmer will shoot from the line. And the first shot rims out. Cash Palmer coming into the game for the first time as George McNaughton heads off. And Trip Palmer, his cousin, will take his second shot here with 3:49 left in the first quarter. Getting set to come in for Beaver is Kohler Laws. Palmer drains the second shot. It's 10-2. Laws comes in for Beaver as Wolf goes out. Or excuse me, that's Webb who went out. And the Beavers will walk it across the line now. So you've got a kid named Wolf playing on the Beavers team. You would think that this kid would play for Enterprise and then you'd have a Wolf on the Wolves squad. But that's not to be, I guess. Here's a pull-up jumper from 18 feet for Micah Clough, no good. Rebounded by San Juan. And the shooting very cold for Beaver here in the early stages. San Juan enjoying the 8-point lead, 10-2. Jagger Neves a little room. He was about to take the 3, but then the defense closed in on him. Now Trip Palmer dishes it right in the paint for Cash Palmer. Baylor Nielsen will take the 3 and it rims out. Rebounded by Beaver and they'll run it up. On the crossover to the bucket and scoring right through the defense is the junior Emmett Lurth. That's just 4 points now for Beaver. They're within 6. It's 10-4. San Juan with it on the perimeter. Cole Duke and now Trip Palmer. Right through the middle he goes. He nearly was able to dunk that, but he rolls it up and in off the front of the rim. And it's 12-4 for San Juan. Tripp has 5 to lead all scorers so far. 2.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Broncos up by 8. Little inside-outside move. The shot won't go from Micah Clough from 2-point range. For whatever reason, he pulls inside the arc to shoot each time. If he'd stay back, he'd get a 3 on board, but Now Beaver with a defensive rebound. Back they come after Jagger Neves couldn't score. And it's going to be a San Juan foul against Baylor Nielsen, his second. And it will put a Beaver player to the line, I believe. It's going to be Noah Wolf, it looks like. So Wolf will shoot for the Beavers. I'm going to say that as much as I can tonight. And the first shot for him is good. And the second shot on the way, rims out. Trip Palmer with a rebound for San Juan. And the Broncos out-rebounding Beaver 11-7 in this first quarter, down to 2 minutes to go. Randall Black in the game for San Juan, hands to Cash Palmer at the top of the key. Now left wing for Jagger Neves. He backs it out a couple steps. Goes to the top of the key for Trip Palmer. Palmer on the dribble into a double team. He'll need help. Gets to Cash Palmer in the corner. Now Randall Black on the left wing. Goes right side for Cole Duke. San Juan running out of time. Duke on the run into the corner. Puts up the shot, no good. It's rebounded by Beaver. So Duke missed. Loose ball pulled down by the Beavers. Driving to the bucket, scoring, and a foul is Emmett Lurth. That's a long continuation. Lurth has 4, and the foul is on Jagger Neves. Lurth will go to the line with an add one opportunity, and the Beavers are back to within 5, 12-7. So Emmett Lurth set to shoot, and he does. He misses the shot for Beaver. And it's rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos work it in. There's a shot, no good from Cash Palmer, I believe. Defensive rebound for Beaver. Defensive rebound for San Juan as well on the previous play. Now down into the left corner, Beaver goes. Back up to the high wing for Ormsby. He runs right through traffic, and his shot stuck in between the rim and the glass. He was pretty disappointed about that. His face was pretty hilarious after that ball stuck in between the rim and the glass there. As San Juan will get the ball back. I don't know if that's a turnover or what that is. It's a missed shot for Ormsby, so a dead ball rebound, I guess. And San Juan now has it set up, but a pass off the backside of Ormsby is now going to be stolen by Beaver. And the Beavers will run it back across. A little stutter step from Clough. Now he weaves his way around the D, scoop it up with the left hand, but can't score. Rebound by Cash Palmer, strong effort by him. He'll spring Trip Palmer down court. Palmer lays it up and in uncontested. As the Broncos did a good job in transition there. Last 25 seconds of the quarter, up off the glass, no good. A putback is no good either. And nobody underneath for Beaver as Wolf and Laws both missed. And they couldn't take a chance or couldn't capitalize on a second chance opportunity there. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Jagger Neves has it. Trip Palmer with the long three. High off the glass, no good. And rebounded by Beaver, and that's the way the quarter ends. 8 minutes in the books. San Juan doubling up Beaver here in the game, the fourth game, I should say, of a weekend Region 18 quadruple header. And we will step aside, return for the start of the second quarter. It's high school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Utah is our home, unique in its strengths and struggles. And sadly, suicide in Utah is one of our greatest challenges. So people across the state are coming together to answer the call, to change our culture around suicide and mental health, to give hope and provide genuine help. Together, we can get through, lift up, look ahead, and live on. Learn how you can reach out at liveonutah.org.
Welcome back to Blanding High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live here at San Juan High School this afternoon. The San Juan girls suffering a tough loss in game 1 of this matchup with Beaver here today. The San Juan boys now hosting Beaver, looking to close out this weekend with a couple wins. The girls suffering 2 losses last night in heartbreaking fashion, 55-53 in overtime to Enterprise. I believe it was a 12-point loss this afternoon against Beaver. There's Chevion Ormsby missing, rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos run it back up as we are underway in the second quarter, and San Juan leading Beaver here 14-7. Jagger Neves with a little wipe of the nose on the backside of the hand here. Now the play will commence. Little crossover dribble. Jagger goes hard to the bucket, can't score. Tripp Palmer can't score. They battle, and finally on a third try, Tripp Palmer does score. Couple of offensive rebounds there for San Juan, and the Broncos eventually hit pay dirt. They lead by 9, 16-7. Chevion Ormsby for Beaver hops his way inside the arc, now dishes to the left. Jaron Webb hits the 18-footer, and it's 16-9. 1 minute into the second quarter here. As the Broncos go left side to Cole Duke. Little body there. Now Duke will get a return pass. Nothing but net on the 3 for the senior, and the Broncos stretch the lead to 10. 6:40 to go in this first half. Here is Beaver with a nice drive to the bucket. That was number 3, Emmett Lurth. He's got 6 points off the bench for Beaver. That's more than half their offense. 19-11 is the score. So Lurth has had an impact since coming in. I'm guessing Coach Hillock will keep him in here. Here's Cole Duke again for 3. That one a little bit short. Rebounded this time by Beaver. 8-point game here, 19-11. As Micah Clough brings it in. He'll hand off. Jaron Webb missed the 3. Rebounded by San Juan. Broncos on the run in transition. Tripp Palmer to the right of the bucket. Dishes to the corner. Jagger Neves' 3 rims out, and it's rebounded by Chevion Ormsby. And actually, it's going to be a jump ball here. And it will stay with San Juan, so the Broncos catch a break. And I don't know how you rule that. If that's a rebound and then, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a rebound at all. I already had put in the rebound for Beaver, so that might not be the case. There's a blocked shot for Beaver as Jagger Neves misses. Offensive rebound for San Juan, though. We're going to get a Beaver foul here. That's Beaver's first block of the game. And let's see what the call is. It looks like it's going to be the second foul on Micah Clough. And the Broncos will reset with a fresh shot clock from the offensive baseline. Neves lobs it way out high to the midcourt line for Baylor Nielsen. He goes to the dribble, now hands off to Jagger Neves at the top of the key. Little pick from Tripp Palmer, but nothing much doing there. Jagger Neves a shake and bake. And Coach Nielsen is going to call a timeout to bring a stop to that. I guess it really didn't open up very well. Jagger Neves a little incredulous about there. He's breathing hard. He's battling hard. And San Juan going to call a timeout here to talk it over. We will pause and let you know that high school hoops this afternoon on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live is brought to you in part by Colleen Kays, author of the 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power. Crowley Construction, dirt, roads, driveways, and more. They handle any job, big or small. Dependable auto repair. Count on their team of ASC certified technicians for all your auto service. And Diamond Designs, offering a wide variety of quality customized products. A big thanks again to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. So the San Juan Broncos lead is 8, 19-11. It'll be their basketball coming out of their timeout. And Jagger Neves set to inbound from the offensive baseline. Gets it into Tripp Palmer in traffic. He spins, scoops it up off the glass and in. 10-point lead again for the Broncos, 21-11. And now over on the right side, Emmett Lurth. He's come off the bench and contributed 6 of Beaver's 11 points. There's a 3, no good from Sutherland. And on the rebound, we're going to get a foul. I think this will be a shooting foul as Ormsby was trying to score. And I think this will be the first on Cole Duke. That is the call. San Juan's, well, both teams have one foul apiece here in this second quarter. 5:18 to go as Ormsby knocks down the first of the 2 foul shots. He's up to 3 points on the day. 21-12 is the score now. And Ormsby's second shot up and good. So he makes both. He has 4. Broncos lead trimmed to 8. And Jagger Neves will walk it across for the Broncos. As he surveys on the dribble at the top of the key. Picks up the dribble. Swings it over his head. Bounce to George McNaughton, who finds Trip Palmer underneath the bucket. Good cut for Palmer. And he lays it up and in. He's got 13, and San Juan leads by 10. So Trip Palmer has more than half of San Juan's offense. There's a shot by Ormsby as he spun into the middle. That could have easily been called a foul as Cole Duke came up against him, or George McNaughton. Rebound for San Juan, and in transition, the Broncos draw a foul and they'll shoot. Now the Beavers are going to put San Juan into the bonus. And it looks like that's going to be on number 10, Dominic Toby, who I didn't even know was in the game until now. I see him in there. And so Jagger Neves at the line for San Juan, who are, I'm sorry, they're not in the bonus. That was last period. Jagger makes his first foul shot, though. That makes it an 11-point lead for San Juan, 24-13. And 4:44 left in this first half now as Neves hits both of the foul shots. That makes it a 25-13 lead for San Juan. So the Broncos almost doubling up the Beavers here this afternoon. As Beaver has it set up in the offensive end, and Dominic Toby. And now Chevion Ormsby, left wing, down into the corner. 3 ball on the way from Sutherland, no. They get their own rebound, though. And to the left of the bucket, floating it up, no good, is Toby. Rebounded by San Juan. And Baylor Nielsen works it across the line for the Broncos. Lobs it up in the air. George McNaughton goes up to get that. Drops it down to Jagger Neves. He goes to the hole and scores, and a foul. And it's going to be the second in a row on Dominic Toby. Good passing play again. Good teamwork by San Juan again. And Jagger Neves an add one opportunity here as George McNaughton receives some applause as he goes off. Cash Palmer back in the game for San Juan. Neves will try to add one here and give himself 9 points. More importantly, give San Juan 28. And he does not get the roll, so it will remain a 27-13 lead. As Emmett Lurth works his way through the San Juan D, he draws a foul on the floor. This will be the first on Trip Palmer. San Juan's second in the quarter. And nobody's shooting here. I think Jordan Sutherland thought he was shooting, but that's not going to be the case. Nobody's in the bonus. That foul was on the floor. Nice inbound pass underneath the bucket by Beaver. Rising up, coming back down, rising up again is Clough. Missed the shot. Rebound knocked out of bounds apparently by San Juan. So Beaver will keep it in the offensive end with a fresh shot clock. 27-13 is the lead for San Juan. So they are doubling up Beaver now. See a lot of sliding around out there. Not a lot of traction on some of these shoes. There's a shot off the side of the rim by Trey Vasquez. And now the ball out of bounds off San Juan. So again, it'll stay with Beaver. And who is this? That's Noah Wolf at the baseline to inbound for the Beavers. Bounces it under the basket. It initially wasn't caught and then rolls all the way out of bounds over on the far sideline. That's Beavers' 5th turnover of the game. San Juan only with 1 so far. And the Broncos will get the basketball back here. And Jagger Neves will inbound to Baylor Nielsen in the backcourt. Gets it right back from Baylor. And he'll walk it across. Goes right side for Nielsen. Now to Trip Palmer. Into Cash Palmer. Hands off to Jagger Neves, and he missed what should have been an easy 2 on an uncontested layup. That was a real good play by San Juan, but they don't get the points. Little give and go. Well, Nielsen spotted Neves cutting. I imagine that was a set play as Micah Clough scores a 3 for Beaver. And that cuts into San Juan's lead, makes it an 11-point game now, 27-16. Under 3 to go in this first half. Broncos have had the lead from the start, and it's been double digits of late. Jagger Neves tries to sling that down to Cash Palmer, but it's stolen by Beaver, and they come the other way. Shot is up, no good for Trey Vasquez, rebounded by San Juan. And Jagger Neves will back it up at the top of the key on the dribble. Little pick from Trip Palmer and a pick and roll. Jagger pulls up for the 16-footer, missed. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds or lost out of bounds by Beaver, so San Juan gets the dead ball rebound here off the miss from Jagger Neves. And the Broncos leading by 11, 27-16 with 2:26 to go. We'll have a new shot clock. And that was an inbound pass into traffic. That never really had a chance. So the Broncos turn it back over. Now Beaver loses the ball out of bounds in transition. That'll turn it right back over. So San Juan catches a break as the teams trade turnovers. And there's 2:15 to go now in this first half. San Juan up 27-16. Jagger Neves at the top of the key will hand to Cash Palmer. He spins at the free throw line and banks in the 10-footer. First points for the 6'4 senior, and San Juan's up by 13, 29-16. Here's a 3 on the way for Clough. That rims out. Rebounded by San Juan, and the Broncos in transition. Jagger Neves runs it up. Pulls up at the top of the key. Goes left side for Cole Duke. Into the middle, Cash Palmer. Lobs it underneath the basket for Trip Palmer. He's fouled as he shoots, and he'll go to the line. Micah Clough disagrees, but it doesn't matter. He's called for his third, and Trip Palmer will go to the line for San Juan. Coach Hillock is talking to the referee here. And don't worry, Coach. We know about a player standing with her arms straight in the air, getting run into and still getting called for a foul. That happened last night late in the girls' game and ultimately ended up resulting in an overtime loss. As Trip Palmer makes the first of the 2 foul shots, puts San Juan back up by 14, 30-16. 1:38 to go in this first half here. As Palmer toes the line, and he'll shoot again. That one bounces off. Jagger Neves punches the rebound out of bounds. Man, there is no relaxing in Jagger Neves. He is quite a competitor. He's 110%, 100% of the time. But it's a dead ball rebound for Beaver. San Juan up 30-16, last 90 seconds of the half. Now here's a steal for Jagger. They say he kicked it though, so it's not going to be a steal. It'll be a reset for Beaver on the baseline. And he did initially get it with the hand, but then the foot, and a 3 is good out of the corner for Kohler Laws. That's a big bucket. That makes it an 11-point game, 30-19. San Juan with it in the midcourt paint. George McNaughton kicks it out left wing for Baylor Nielsen. He can't answer with the 3, and it's rebounded by Beaver. And now a San Juan foul, I believe. That is the case. It's on George McNaughton, his first, according to what I can see. And Noah Wolf will take the inbound pass. He'll walk it across the line for Beaver. Last minute of the first half now. San Juan up 30-19. Here's Ormsby driving into the paint. Misses the shot from the free throw line. And it's rebounded by San Juan. Broncos will run it across. Jagger Neves. Left side for Cole Duke now. Back to Neves, top of the key. He'll put the ball on the court. Tried to work a little pick with Cash Palmer. Now just decides to go through a triple team. Scoops it up off the glass and in. And the 6'2 senior has 10 on the afternoon. Make it 32-19 with 25 seconds to go in the half. Great individual effort that time by Jagger Neves. Nice little pass by Beaver. As Webb gets open under the basket, he spins and scores, but I think it's a travel. That'll turn it back over to San Juan. So no shot on the play. Last 18 seconds, San Juan will inbound, and they let the ball bounce a bit. They got bit by that in Kanab, that's for sure, at the end of that Kanab game last Saturday when a player gave supreme effort and came sliding out of nowhere to steal that ball. Here's Jagger Neves for three in the last couple seconds, no. And a whistle on the rebound. It'll be a foul against San Juan. And it goes against George McNaughton. So with 2 seconds to go, Beaver will inbound and look for a miracle half-court shot probably here. We'll see what they end up doing. There's a couple of wide open players. They do get the half-court shot away, and it misses everything from Emmett Lurth, and that's pretty hilarious. Attempting a buzzer beater, the crowd, the student section gives Lurth the air ball chant. I mean, that was a long shot. What can you say? End of one half of play, and the San Juan boys lead Beaver 32-19. We will take a break and return with some first half stats. Stay with us. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural health care, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas Jacobson today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
San Juan Credit Union, providing exceptional financial products in southeastern Utah for over 60 years, is proud to support our local high schools. With branches in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff, along with an ATM in Montezuma Creek, access to those products is easier than ever. San Juan Credit Union offers checking and saving accounts, bill pay, a wide array of loans, and much more, all on a full-service website and mobile app. Plus, they're federally insured by the National Credit Union Association. San Juan Credit Union, your money, your future, your credit union.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you will learn real-world skills, explore your passions, and turn your talent into opportunity. Whether you are drawn to healthcare technology, trades, or design, CTE helps you take that next step with confidence, learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career, starting today.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telecom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelecom.com for details today.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. It's the fourth and final game of a weekend quadruple header here this afternoon with the San Juan boys hosting the Beaver Beavers. The girls losing to Beaver just a little bit ago in game 1 today. The girls losing in overtime last night to Enterprise, 55-53. The boys won that game last night, 56-39 over Enterprise. So San Juan boys trying to sweep their weekend. The girls unfortunately suffering a couple of losses. But the Bronco boys have a 32-19 lead at the halftime break here. And we'll take a look at these first half stats. San Juan shooting 12 of 34 from the field through the first 16 minutes for 35%. Beaver 7 of 30 for 23%. From two-point range, San Juan 42%, 10 of 24. Beaver is 24%, 5 of 21. Three-point shooting, San Juan 2 of 10 for 20%. Beaver 2 of 9 for 22%. And from the free throw line, San Juan 6 of 9, 67%. Beaver 2 of 9 for 22%. 3 of 5 for 60%. And then other team stats, San Juan out-rebounding Beaver in the first half, 26-21. Broncos with 7 offensive rebounds, Beaver with just 2. 7 turnovers for Beaver and 3 for San Juan. So the Broncos leading in that department. 1 block shot for each team and 3 steals for each team. And this is, of course, all unofficial. Individual scoring, starting with Beaver. Emmett Lurth off the bench for Beaver in that first half. Came in and contributed 6 points. And for a while, that was more than half the points they had. 4-point day so far for Chevion Ormsby, the team's leading scorer. 3 points apiece for Kohler Laws and Micah Clough. And a 2-point day so far for Jaron Webb, 1 for Noah Wolf. The 2 3-point baskets, 1 each for Kohler Laws and Micah Clough. For San Juan, 2 players in double-digit scoring. Trip Palmer has 14, Jagger Neves with 10. And it falls off pretty drastically from there. Baylor Nielsen and Cole Duke both have 3 apiece, 2 for Cash Palmer. And the 2 3-point baskets scored by Baylor Nielsen and Cole Duke in that first half. We'll take a look now at some, we'll take a quick break and we will return. When we return, I'll report some scores. We do have a couple finals already this afternoon, and we can let you know what all's going on around the area. We did already report all the scores from last night, so I'm not going to go through that again. If you missed the girls' stream earlier / broadcast earlier today, you'll have to go back and watch that on YouTube once it's all archived. So we'll take a break. We will return to close out the halftime report. Stay with us. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Utah Navajo Health System is a series of community health centers providing medical, dental, and behavioral health care to Utah Navajo. With operations in Blanding, Montezuma Creek, Monument Valley, Navajo Mountain, and Monticello, UNHS offers a remarkable variety of services to our patients throughout San Juan County and the northern portion of Navajo Nation.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, the final game of our 4-game weekend here this afternoon. And the San Juan girls suffering a tough loss a little bit ago to the Beaver Lady Beavers. Now the boys leading Beaver 32-19 as we prepare to enter the second half. And we'll take a look at a couple finals from around the area. A couple of girls' games reported today, and a couple of sizable, well, a close win and a sizable win. The Mancos girls beating Ridgeway 65-61. The Dove Creek girls cruising past Telluride 42-11. Both those games were played at our local team's home sites. Other games going on today, of course, for those two girls teams, the boys doing the same thing right now, just like on our side of things over here at San Juan. For Montezuma Cortez, the boys and girls are at Bayfield this afternoon. The Monticello boys and girls are at Escalante today, and that concludes a big road trip for them. And you can hear or see those games on StreamUtah.Live, or I believe it's called 1A Streaming. I'm not sure exactly how that's titled, but I think you can link to it through StreamUtah.Live. The Dolores girl, let's see, it's just the girls today. The Dolores girls are at Uray, and the Monument Valley girls are at Valley. And I think that rounds everything out as far as what's going on today. I did mention the wrestling going on today as well. The girls' divisional tournament for Grand County, Monument Valley, San Juan, and Whitehorse. And those are in Duchesne and Enterprise today. Montezuma Cortez is hosting a wrestling tournament this afternoon. And Dove Creek, Mancos, Norwood, and Nucla are at the Valley Classic in Center. And so those are some sports happenings from around the area. But as far as we go, we are back underway here in the second half. And I think it was a miss. And now Baylor Nielsen will score for San Juan. Defensive rebound for the Broncos to get it started. And off the hop, they increase the lead to 34-19. San Juan going from left to right on your radio dial. From my perspective here in this second half, there's another miss right here. As Jaron Webb unable to score, and the rebound pulled down by Trip Palmer. He is tough to beat inside with that size. And boy, the Broncos are firing on all cylinders of late. We've talked to Easton Nielsen multiple times. He believed this team is peaking, and it couldn't come at a better time right now, getting set for the postseason. Couple misses here for San Juan. Now Baylor Nielsen misses the three, but another rebound for the Broncos. And Trip Palmer has it. He'll go right side for George McNaughton again. And now he'll take a look and need some help. Gives to Cole Duke. He's nearly stripped of it, but hands back to Baylor Nielsen. Little left-right stutter step and shake and bake, if you will. And now Trip Palmer gets a pass. Spins, misses the fade. Boy, I think there's been 4 offensive rebounds for San Juan. And then finally the ball goes out of bounds. Dead ball rebound for Beaver here. And it'll be Noah Wolf walking it across for the Beavers. So the Broncos took 5 shots there, but were unable to score. So it remains 34-19. 6:15 to go in the third quarter. There's a 3-point miss from Jordan Sutherland, rebounded by San Juan. And the shooting remains cold for Beaver to start it out. San Juan isn't shooting the lights out or anything here today, but Beaver is in the basement. There's Trip Palmer in traffic under the bucket, taking a nice pass from Jagger Neves. He spins, rolls it up and in, and the Broncos lead 36-19. There's a Euro step to the bucket for Micah Clough, but he missed the shot. Rebounded by San Juan, and the Broncos can continue to stretch this lead here. It is a 17-point lead right now. San Juan still nearly doubling up Beaver. 36-19. 5:25 to go in the third. Little pick over there by Trip Palmer. Jagger Neves is pushed, goes to the hole, misses the hook shot. Rebounded by Beaver. They run the floor, and now Micah Clough right through. Tried to float that up over Trip Palmer, and it's too high off the glass. Rebounded by San Juan. Broncos the other way. Trip Palmer will hand off to Cole Duke, and what a dish underneath the basket to Trip Palmer. uncontested layup from the left side. Broncos doubling up Beaver now, 38-19. Nice passing play there by San Juan. And we've got a Beaver timeout, and you can just see by the body language, the shoulders are dragging. They are behind the 8 ball here. And San Juan is dominating this afternoon here on their home court in this Region 18 matchup. High school hoops today on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Brought to you in part by Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of local sports and a great start for your kids. Four Corners Regional Care Center, a skilled nursing and rehab facility in a caring setting. Jones and DeMille Engineering, from infrastructure to quality of life, they are engineering the future of rural communities. And Napa Motor Parts, get everything you need in Blanding and Monticello. And we do thank all the sponsors for making these broadcasts possible. As we come out of this timeout now, Enterprise basketball. And the Beaver basketball. I'm having a flashback from last night. And the Beavers have it in the offensive end. Noah Wolf at the top of the key. Trip Palmer giving him a little space. Now Chevion Ormsby gets a pass left wing. Good job by Cole Duke to stay with him and keep him on the perimeter. Not a lot of foot movement here from Beaver. Now they get a man open for 3, but Noah Wolf misses, and a whistle on the rebound. That is George McNaughton's 3rd foul in the game. And that must have been a defensive rebound for Beaver. So Beaver, offensive rebound. My apologies, folks. I tried to breathe some liquid, and that doesn't work out very well. So it might take me a minute to recover here. Here's a Chevion Ormsby 3, knocks it down. And that is the first noise from this Beaver offense in a while. The 3 makes it 38-22. San Juan with a run down court. Jagger Neves misses the 10-foot jumper. And rebounded by Beaver, as San Juan didn't really give themselves a good look there. Beaver will quickly answer, as Emmett Lurth will scoop it up and in off the glass. And now the Broncos having to deal with a Beaver press here. They break it pretty easily. Jagger Neves through traffic, but too much of a hook on the shot. But George McNaughton right there to clean it up with a putback and his first points of the day. All 5 starters have now scored for San Juan. Here is a 3 on the way, and good for Micah Clough. I thought that might have been a 2, but it's a 3. And so back down to a 13-point game. San Juan was doubling up Beaver for a moment there. They had a 19-point lead, but Beaver has gone on a little bit of a run, and it's 40-27. Coach Nielsen will call a timeout. We'll step aside as well and return to San Juan High School in Blanding. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit SanJuanHealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as we're back to action following the San Juan timeout. Broncos leading Beaver 40-27. key moments in the game right here for San Juan to maintain their momentum as Jagger Neves goes hard to the bucket. He's fouled in traffic as he goes up, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul will be the first on Noah Wolf. There hasn't been a lot of fouling in this game, or the refs haven't called a lot of fouls. That wasn't necessarily the case in the girls' game earlier. But Jagger Neves at the line for San Juan right here. And the shot is up and rolls in for the 6'2 senior. So he's got 11 on the afternoon, and it's 41-27. And Neves toes the line. Second shot on the way. Nothing but net. Make it 42-27. So the Bronco lead back up to 15. And Beaver will bring it in. Down into the left corner for Emmett Lurth. He's had a productive day off the bench for Beaver. A 3 on the way, no good. Jagger Neves' rebound tipped out of bounds off Neves, and so it'll stay with Beaver here. I didn't see who missed, but Beaver's going to get the dead ball rebound here nonetheless. And so it'll be Noah Wolf trying to inbound here in the offensive end, and he does get it into Emmett Lurth. Lurth on the left wing trying to work on Jagger Neves, goes up top. Now to the left side, Davis Carter, who's in for the first time as far as I know. Now Wolf will cut right through the San Juan defense. Missed the shot, and the rebound fumbled out of bounds by Cash Palmer. So it will once again stay with Beaver. And a new shot clock here with 2:37 to go in the third. The Broncos lead 15, 42-27. And now it's Davis Carter trying to get it in, and he does so to Emmett Lurth. Then a left side 3 for Noah Wolf, misses everything. Trip Palmer goes up in the air to pull down the loose ball, but now the Broncos throw it away on the far sideline. That's only San Juan's 4th turnover in the game. And it comes at an inopportune time here with the Broncos up 15 with 2:25 left in this third quarter. And the Beavers will work it in. Coach Hillick wants a timeout with 2:22 to go, so he will make that call right here. It'll be Beaver basketball in the offensive end when we come back to action. In high school hoops this afternoon on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live is brought to you in part by San Juan Pharmacy, serving San Juan County and supporting local teams for decades. Westcott Motors, San Juan County's source for quality, affordable vehicles, westcott-motors.com. And Wyatt Holyoke for San Juan County Sheriff. Your family's safety is his first and constant mission. And so a big thanks to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible all season long. As we come back to action following this Beaver timeout, it'll be Beaver basketball. And let's see what they've drawn up here during the timeout. Micah Clough inbounds to Noah Wolf. Wolf will go left key now for Davis Carter. And Emmett Lurth steps back out beyond the arc to take a pass. Now Wolf gets a handoff from him. Left side again for Davis Carter. He thought about the 3, instead pulls up at the foul line and hits the 10-foot jumper. His first points of the day off the bench. Now San Juan easily breaks the press, and a nice couple of passes culminating in an alley-oop from Cash Palmer to Trip Palmer as the Cousins combine. Palmer uncontested off the glass bucket. 44-29 is the lead as San Juan keeps the 15-point lead. Micah Clough for 3. And that shot won't go. And I don't know, Jagger Neves and Davis Carter came together. Carter got the worst of that as he fell to the ground. It's a dead ball rebound for San Juan. No fouls. Now a couple players just absolutely all alone as this press for Beaver fails. Cash Palmer and Trip Palmer again all by themselves. Jagger Neves with the touchdown pass. Cash Palmer all by himself to lay it up. Here's a Davis Carter 3, no. They all fight for the rebound over on the near side, and it looks like it's knocked out of bounds by Beaver. So Carter missed the three. And a dead ball rebound for San Juan, who are up by 17 in this, and the Broncos dealing with a Beaver press. But of course, when you've got an aggressive press, that means someone's open down court if you can get someone down there. The Broncos get it to Trip Palmer. Ultimately, his first shot blocked, but he grabs it himself and lays it up and in. That was a nice play by Trip Palmer. And it's 48-29. The Broncos lead nearly 20 now. Final 40 seconds of the third quarter. Here is Micah Clough. And you could see the deflation when he blocked that Trip Palmer shot, but Trip scored anyway. Here is Wolf, Noah Wolf, sending it left side for Davis Carter, and he drains the three. Nothing but net, 48-32 now. Last 20 seconds of the third quarter, and the Broncos have it stolen away. Coach Nielsen not happy about that, and Chevion Ormsby misses a three, and that's rebounded by San Juan. The Broncos will weave it across the line. Last 5 seconds of the frame now. We're going to get a foul on the floor as Jagger Neves was driving. That's too bad because Trip Palmer drained the three after the fact. But it is the first foul on Chevion Ormsby, and now all the starters for Beaver have at least one foul. And San Juan will inbound with just a couple seconds to go. Baylor Nielsen misses the shot. It's rebounded and thrown down court, but no shot at the buzzer here as Beaver got the defensive rebound. But San Juan leads by 16 going into the fourth quarter against this Region 18 opponent. We will take a break and return for the start of the fourth. High school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Chas Jacobson today at 435-678-2010 to fill your tank. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Here at Utah Navajo Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
Welcome back to San Juan High School as we get underway in the fourth quarter. It's high school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. A fourth and final game here to close out this weekend. And the San Juan Broncos holding sway right now, 48-32 over Region 18 opponent Beaver. San Juan trying to keep possession here in the corner. They do. Jagger Neves now out at the midcourt circle with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Trip Palmer from the free throw line, or just shy of it, misses a jumper, and it's rebounded by Beaver, so that's how the fourth quarter starts. Micah Clough brought it in, and I think he was really thinking hard about that three, but it doesn't open up for him. Now it will for Davis Carter, and he drains it. This, I tell you what, the bench play from this Beaver team has been better than the starters. You've got two kids from the bench who've come in short order scored 8 points apiece. Davis Carter now and Emmett Lurth. And those two guys lead the Beaver scoring in this game. They've got another 3 points off the bench from Kohler Laws. Speaking of three, Jagger Neves drains the three for San Juan. And the Broncos keep pace, make it 51-35 with 6:40 left now. Here's a Micah Clough three, no. But the starters haven't gone for Beaver today as much as the bench players. And a dead ball rebound here for San Juan as it went out of bounds. Cash Palmer will come off for the Broncos as George McNaughton comes back in. And in the meantime, Jagger Neves walks it across the line for San Juan. Baylor Nielsen right wing. Now Neves gets it back, top of the key. Little pick from Trip Palmer, but no production on that. Neves still out in the midcourt circle. A little give and go between he and Cole Duke, and now Neves will drive to the free throw line and hit the pull-up 10-footer. 17 for the San Juan senior. He's having a great game. And now faking Trip Palmer and going around him was Dominic Toby, but he had to circle the wagons once Trip Palmer recovered and got to him and was towering over him for the blocked shot. But after the miss from Toby, San Juan pulls down the rebound, and Jagger Neves has it in the midcourt circle now. And he'll just stand here with it. Right now, Beaver not pressuring defensively, so San Juan can take the whole shot clock here. Instead, they'll go into the corner, and Baylor Nielsen drains the three. 56-35 for San Juan. 5:25 to go in the game now. And here is Micah Clough, and he's rejected by Trip Palmer, but looks like it's going to be a foul on Trip. No, it'll be on George McNaughton, apparently on the floor. Well, no, they're going to give continuation, but it was apparently during the drive, and that's the fourth on George McNaughton, as Micah Clough will go to the line. And looks like they're running a little bit late at Escalante tonight, or this afternoon. And so after our game here, we're going to join the Monticello boys in progress as Micah Clough makes both of those foul shots for Beaver. And so you'll get some bonus basketball on Red Rock 92 this afternoon, as we'll send you to Escalante for the Monticello boys game, or for the majority of it, I would say. And so it ends up being, I don't know what you call, it's not a quadruple header anymore. It'll be 5 games. I don't know what you call that, as Baylor Nielsen missed the three. It's rebounded by Beaver. They're on the run. Wow, it's the over-under windmill shot from Dominic Toby that sails awry. Rebounded, or loose ball pulled down by San Juan. Left corner three from Jagger Neves off the mark, rebounded by Beaver this time. 4:20 to go in this ball game, and now we get a pick as Cole Duke knocks over Jaron Webb. I think Duke is going to be called for the foul. That's going to be the case. His second. San Juan's second in the fourth quarter. 4:23 to go in the game here, as Toby will inbound to Sutherland. And now they almost lost the ball. Now the Broncos will actually steal it from a player laying on his back. And San Juan will run it in, now slow it up. Baylor Nielsen out in the midcourt circle, holding it like a football, as now Toby will step in to defend him, and the Broncos have to start moving the ball. And Baylor Nielsen, now they'll send it to the right side, and Jagger Neves knocks down the three. Wide open look for the 6'2 senior, and he's up to 20. Trip Palmer better watch out. Jagger's catching him from behind here, as he's only got 2 less than Trip Palmer now. Chevion Ormsby three is no good, rebounded by San Juan. And Neves will walk it across for the Broncos. Boy, Neves has had a great game. I dare say this is his highest scoring game of the season, as the Broncos now just dominating Beaver, but Beaver trying to steal this away, and I think it'll go out of bounds off Beaver. So they were unable to steal, and San Juan will inbound from the far side. And we're getting a final from Escalante. The Monticello girls suffering a 43-39 loss over there. So that is a final that's been reported. And again, we'll send you to the boys game to close out our weekend after this one's done here. George McNaughton is fouled as he's under the basket fighting in traffic, and he'll go to the line to shoot a couple. And that'll be on Jaron Webb, his second. George McNaughton to the line for the Broncos to shoot a couple here, and he drains the first. So he's up to 3 points on the day. 60-37 is the lead for San Juan. A 23-point lead, and the Broncos asserting their dominance here today in this region matchup. That ball rims out from George McNaughton, though, rebounded by Beaver. And the Beavers run it up. Dominic Toby for Beaver will hand off into the left corner, and a three is good for Jordan Sutherland, his first points of the day. And now all 5 starters have scored for Beaver. And it's a 20-point lead for San Juan, 60-40. Here's Baylor Nielsen, goes into the left corner. Jagger Neves wanted that three over there, but the defense closed in on him. Trip Palmer gets a pass in the paint, kicks to Cole Duke. He'll pull up from the right side and hit the 14-footer. Cole Duke has 5. San Juan's lead 22. 62-40, and now we get a 5-second violation as Baylor Nielsen did a great job covering in the backcourt here and forcing this violation. So San Juan will force the turnover. And now looks like we're going to get all the underclassmen in for San Juan. And let's see if I can get some of these guys in there. It'll be Cash Palmer, Max Stearns, Randall Black is in there, Andrew Nielsen, and Brig Palmer. And so that's the way San Juan will conclude this game. There's a Randall Black 2-point shot, I believe, no good. Rebounded by San Juan as this JV squad will now go to work on Beaver. Up by 22 with 2 minutes to go in the game, and Brig Palmer has it in the midcourt circle. Left side for Andrew Nielsen. He'll come to Cash Palmer at the top of the key. Guess what? Big Cash Money is going to take the three and missed it. Man, the crowd was hanging on that shot in here, and the big man can't score the long ball. And I think on the rebound it goes out of bounds in favor of Beaver. Cash Palmer, who's used to playing underneath the basket and throwing elbows, was out high for that shot right there. But it wouldn't go. Here's Beaver in the offensive end with it, and I think we've got a bunch of underclassmen in for them as well. Shot is no good. Brig Palmer is hammered on the rebound, but he's able to corral that loose ball, and San Juan will work it in. And it's Randall Black with the basketball out in the midcourt circle. He'll go to the left side for Andrew Nielsen. And now Black has the ball deflected away from him, so it's allowed to go into the backcourt. Brig Palmer now gets a pass to Max Stearns. Brig Palmer runs into a wall. That pick didn't work very well. And now Brig Palmer puts up the shot, no good. You can see Easton Nielsen leaning into it down here as his JV is closing out this game. Beaver with the defensive rebound. We're into the final minute. And there's a jump ball, I think, here as Randall Black got a hand in on the effort from Davis Carter. Let me see if I can get these kids subbed in for Beaver. I don't know if I have them all. It's 12, 21. Who's over on the far side? We got a number 5 in there. It's going to be moot, but I'd like to get them all in just so I can look. Let's see, who am I missing? 13 is the only guy I'm missing, so that'll do it there. So, yeah, we've got JV on JV here to close this game out. We're going to have a foul on San Juan's Max Stearns here. So it's a completely different game now with all the starters on the bench, but we are only into the final 45 seconds remaining. 62-42 now, so I missed. Looks like it's a bucket and a foul here. So Trey Vasquez scoring, trying to add the one, and he does. So 62-43, 40 seconds to go as Brig Palmer brings it up for San Juan. On the dribble, getting some pressure from Tyge Blomqvist. I don't know how to pronounce that name, actually. T-Y-G-E. I'm guessing Tyge. I have no idea. Brig Palmer high off the glass. Shot no good. Rebounded by San Juan, and Coach Nielsen doesn't want him to shoot anymore, I don't think. Wants him just to work this around or possess the basketball. Brig Palmer standing there in the midcourt circle with it. He'll dribble. The teams will just allow the time to expire. And the San Juan Broncos defeat the Beaver Beavers 62-43. And San Juan improves to 13-9 on the season. We'll see if there's any moving in the standings. But the Broncos, hoping to get into that 8 spot, stood at number 9 coming in. The game against Grand County next Friday is not going to help them out in the standings. That's for sure. The Red Devils with a tough record this season, so that is not going to bolster the Broncos' record. San Juan, of course, is expected to win that game, but the way the RPI rankings work, it doesn't help if you play even good teams that have a losing record. So there's no strength of schedule or strength of opponent even considered in the rankings. It's entirely mathematical. So 62-43 is the final in the boys' game here this afternoon. We will take a break and return to open the post-game show. When we come back, we will take a look at the final stats, and we will have a conversation with head coach Easton Nielsen. So we do invite you to return with us. It is High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Mom, Dad, sometimes I'm gonna be a little impulsive. I mean, I'm a teenager.
Not to freak you out or anything, but the leading cause of death in Utah for teens
It's suicide.
So help us out here.
Because we may be impulsive.
But we want to live. Almost all the time.
But in case there are times when we forget that, keep your guns and ammo locked up safely. Because doing this little thing
Can make a big difference.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit SanJuanHealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Welcome back to San Juan High School in Blanding, Utah. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Post-game show now as we are joined by head coach Easton Nielsen of the San Juan Broncos. And, Coach, convincing performance for you guys today. I mean, you look good. You look like your best selves here today against this Beaver team.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing really good defense right now. I mean, 3 out of the last 4 games holding teams to about 40 points. In the last 6, I don't think we've let anybody get above 51. Tremendous defensive efforts from our guys. Offenses have clicked enough to give us some wins. When we're attacking the rim, we look good. When we get out in transition, we do really well. So, yeah, dang happy with this weekend. Man, we've come a long ways. I'm dang proud of this group.
Yeah, they're looking good. And, I mean, you know, I don't know how much movement there will be in the standings. There may not be a whole lot of movement. You guys are hoping to get to number 8. I don't know if number 9 gets a bye and you would have a home game in the second round as well. I haven't had a chance to look at the bracket, but I know you'd like to get 8 because you'd get a home game in that second round. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to, at some point, play on the road. and you're going to have to somehow find a way to play like you have been at home on the road as well. I mean, the team looks really good here tonight, and obviously you're continuing to surge as you close out the regular season.
Yeah, we're not worried about going on the road anymore. I mean, we went into the #1 team in the divisions, Jim, and held them to 41 points. So we're perfectly content with the progress we've made. We're going to continue to make more. Obviously, we're still hungry to keep getting better, but our locker room is as good as it's been in 3 years. This is a fun team, and I think we're getting ready for a fun finish.
I thought we were going to see a 3 from Cash Palmer. Cash Money out here. The crowd was hanging every moment on that shot out here. It was kind of fun seeing all those kids come in to close it out at the end. But, yeah, you guys looking good here today. You got a few days off. I don't know what you'll be looking at here for these next few days. I'm curious as you prepare a few days, and then you'll have the rivalry game in Moab to close out your regular season next Friday.
Yeah, obviously we've got 4 days ahead of that game. We've already played them. We know Mason's playing really good ball right now. Nash Jones is always playing really good ball. And so we got to go execute. That team's playing hard, especially in their own gym right now. And so we got to be ready for that. But we're excited for it. This next week we'll spend some time getting ready for it. Monday, Tuesday we'll have a little bit of fun, and then Wednesday, Thursday we'll really lock in and get ready to roll.
Yeah, I think it'd be easy to look past Grand County next week, but you can't do that. I mean, they had a couple of close battles with these two teams and gave these two, Enterprise and Beaver, a couple scares this past weekend. So you've obviously got to take care of business against them next week.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Ben Bird. He's a guy I look up to. I've learned a lot from, and the way that he's got those boys to continue to compete throughout this season is very admirable. And so I have no doubt they're going to bring it against us next Friday.
What do you want this practice week to look like out here on the practice court as you lead up to this final game of the regular season?
Yeah, obviously we want to maintain high energy. Monday, Tuesday is going to be more shoot-around type stuff. Wednesday, Thursday we'll do game plan installation. But effort and energy has always got to be there. And in addition to that, guys have got to be vocal. We've got to have fun with each other. A lot like what you see out on the floor today when we're playing our best ball. We want to practice like that so that we continue to play like that.
Right. All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good weekend for you guys as you sweep these against Region 18 opponents. We'll see you next Friday in Moab, man. Have a good rest of whatever is barely left of your weekend now.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Coach.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
All right. Thank you, guys. That's Coach Easton Nielsen and his daughter here on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We're going to take a look at these final game stats now as we finish up the post-game report, and then we'll switch it over to some Monticello boys basketball at Escalante. That game right now tied 16 apiece, so there's a battle going on there as well. The Buckaroos taking on the Mokies right now. Let's take a look at these final game stats. We'll look at the team shooting first. San Juan out shooting Beaver in this game today, 39% to 27%. Broncos were 24 of 62 from the field, 19 of 45 from inside the arc for 42%. Beaver was a dismal 8 of 33 for 24% from two-point range. That's crazy. From three-point range, San Juan 5 of 17 for 29%. Not too shabby. Beaver had the edge in that department, 7 of 22 for 32%. From the free throw line, San Juan was 69%, right about where you want to be, 9 of 13. Beaver was 6 of 8 for 75%, so I'd say maybe that's more right where you'd want to be. 75% is probably perfect, about as good as you can expect. San Juan out-rebounding Beaver in this one, 48 to 34. 15 offensive rebounds in this one here today. Beaver with just 3, so that tells you the Broncos were doing an outstanding job on the boards. 9 turnovers against Beaver and 5 for San Juan, so the Broncos had the edge there. 2 block shots for the Beavers, 1 for San Juan, and both teams had 4 steals in this game today. Individual scoring for Beaver, it was 3 players with 8 points apiece. Davis Carter, Emmett Lurth, and Micah Clough all had 8 apiece. Chevion Ormsby, the team's leading scorer, ended the day with 7 points. Then I believe it was 3 for both Kohler Laws and Jordan Sutherland. And by the way, those two of those 3 8-point scorers came off the bench today for Beaver to tie for the scoring lead. Micah Clough was the only starter there. So the Beavers bench sitters did a better job today offensively, production-wise, than the starters did, as it turned out. I think Trey Vasquez also had 3 today. It was, and then I said Jordan Sutherland maybe, Kohler Laws, and Trey Vasquez all had 3 apiece. 2 points for Jaron Webb and 1 for Noah Wolf. The 7 3-point baskets, 2 each for Micah Clough and Davis Carter, and then 1 apiece for Chevion Ormsby, Kohler Laws, and Jordan Sutherland. For San Juan, it was Trip Palmer leading the way with 22 points, but Jagger Neves was right there with him. He had 20 on the day. Then it was 8 points for Baylor Nielsen today, 5 for Cole Duke, 4 for Cash Palmer, and he almost had 7 if he'd have hit that 3-pointer. George McNaughton had 3 today. 5 3-point baskets, 2 apiece for Jagger Neves and Baylor Nielsen, and Cole Duke added the other. So that will do it for our San Juan broadcasts this weekend. We had 4 games, the girls suffering 2 losses. The boys swept the weekend. And so we are glad you've joined us. We will now sign off here from San Juan High School, and we'll send it to Escalante High School, where right now Escalante is leading the Monticello boys 20-18. So that's going to be a fun one throughout the duration. David Boyle on the call there. So, Rhett Sifford, I'll say thank you to all the sponsors for making the broadcast possible. Thanks to Caleb Carr and Cortland Lyman. Thanks to Bobby Bowering last night for providing the color. For everybody involved, want to say thank you and good rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of this Monticello boys game. And we'll see you next Friday in Moab for the San Juan boys. I know there will be some Monticello basketball in between then, but that will be our next San Juan broadcast. I believe that's going to be a 7 p.m. start with the boys in Moab next Friday. Stay tuned to the Sports Report on Red Rock 92, and we'll keep you updated on that. All right, on to Escalante High School. Have a great rest of your weekend, high school sports fans from San Juan High School. Enjoy the Monticello boys now.
High School Hoops is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, San Juan Building Supply, Blue Mountain Foods, Bradford Tire, Desert Rivers Credit Union, San Juan School District Adult Education, Diamond Propane, Colleen Kays, Four Corners Homes, San Juan Counseling, Holiday Construction, San Juan Health, Crowley Construction, Northern Electric, San Juan Insurance, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Diamond Designs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Energy Fuels, San Juan Public Health, Emory Telcom, Red's Ace Hardware, Canyonlands Tire, Empire Electric, Flights Gymnastics, Utah Navajo Health System, Utah State University Blanding, San Juan Pharmacy, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Jones & DeMille Engineering, Napa Motor Parts, San Juan Credit Union, Primary Residential Mortgage, and Westcott Motors. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.